I think we are live. Grace
All
and peace,
right.
family. Grace and peace. How are you today? I'm so pleased that you have joined me today on my personal channel here at VickyDilla.tv. We have such an absolutely exciting and amazing broadcast for you today. I think some of you already can see who I have with me today, beloved. So you already know what time it is. Fire, fire, and more fire. I am so excited. And so I'm excited to do the exclusive here. I just want to get a couple of announcements out the way.
Yeah.
I will be mentioning some things, important announcements, family, and also we're going to be having a couple of our moderators in the chat. They're highlighted in blue, so they're going to be putting important information and links in the chat. So be sure to take care of that. So yes, family, it's good to see some of you all today. Big shout out to V's Catering. Talk Black to me, somebody. I see you in the chat. I see you, Cool Keezy. My mods, you all know that I'm going to likely chop this up. My team is, and we're going to be putting this on other platforms. How many of y'all know our sister Jessica with us today out of Chicago? I had the privilege of meeting her in person when I did my one-on-one Black Town Hall there during the Democratic National Convention last year, and we're looking forward to another date being announced this year. So y'all
Yeah.
stand by for that. Of course, we did not miss by making an emphasis on Chicago. We see what's happening now, not only because of the fact that I see them as a national and international hub. What's going on there is something that the entire world, beloved, is actually paying attention to. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, family. So everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share. We ask that you do that early. Don't sit there and tell me, well, I got to watch the broadcast to decide if I like it. No, ninja. Modern media, when you engage early, they help to generate notifications. That's why we ask that you do that. You understand? I'm going to get right to the point because we're at war. So we don't have time for all of these unnecessary niceties and to placate for people that take too long, watch this, to come to the right conclusion. Now, let me say to you early on, I will be doing some announcements. I always give my guests majority of the time. But when I make an announcements, you will enjoy the announcements. And you won't say nothing crazy about the announcements because this is whose show? Somebody put it in the chat whose show this is. Somebody please for me, put whose show it is. Now, do you sponsor the show? Do you send thousands and thousands of dollars on a regular basis to make sure that Vicky's livelihood and that she's able to take care of her team and her staff and all her bills and stop? That's how this goes. You're welcome. Yes, I got to be strong real hard early because I have to just shut down little demonic, diabolical, contrary spirits and stuff. So pleased that you are with us today, family. So family, I want you all to really stay tapped in. We got a bunch of yummy stuff coming in. I'm going to be making some announcements throughout this broadcast, so y'all be sure to share. I want to say this really quick because somebody was saying the other day, which is why I always make this announcement. You can watch me live from time to time and watch my national and international commentary on African Diaspora News Channel. I do a lot of commentary there. I've got a lot of other colleagues from around the world, so you just got to really sift through the commentary, but I do most days of the week, probably 4 or 5 days a week. You can see some of my commentary, family. So either live or one of my other broadcasts. Yeah, so that's where you can see a lot more. Somebody was saying, well, I don't see Vicky as much. I told you I'm not going to abandon my personal channel here, but we're going to utilize this interview and chop it up in other places. But you can see me on a regular basis on African Diaspora News Channel. We have an app there. So that means you can download the app. Family on all the major places, and we're also on YouTube, and then they also have other affiliate channels and networks as well. Yes, that's our power. We don't just use one platform and one way of media. I've got my book coming out. I've got a luxury magazine coming out. I've got a meditation album coming out. So my media is meant to be more than just one way. Talk black to me, somebody. Let me hit my gavel on that. Yes. So without further ado, family, everybody help me put your hands together for the one and only, the great Sister Jessica Jackson out of Chicago. We're so pleased. I bow to you, my dear sister. How are you, Miss Jessica?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well and very, very, very glad and excited to be here. How about yourself?
I'm doing so good. And of course, even better, seeing your lovely face and your extraordinary glow. And most important, your impact on behalf of our people. And even beyond that, this nation, the world is watching. As I mentioned before, when we, in addition to all the other places and platforms and stuff that you're doing outside of you gracing us with your presence with me from time to time. And of course, even before I did the interview with you, I was covering you. Before I ever met you, I was what you were doing there, because I'm like, who is this lady? But tell us, dear sister, for those that may or may not know who you are, would you give us a very brief introduction of who Sister Jessica Jackson is? And then we're going to get right into the broadcast.
Yeah, well, my name is Jessica Jackson, and I'm born and raised on the south side of Chicago. And I've been here. I went to California for a number of years to live out there, and I came back here to deal with my mother's probate estate. And that's what led me to City Hall, because of what was going on with the Democratic Party and the lack of support that you got here from the Democratic Party as a citizen, and particularly as a Black person here, and especially in light of what was happening with illegal immigration surges and the overall aggressiveness of gentrification and how it's affecting our housing, our real estate, our generational wealth and ownership. So that's what led me to City Hall, and that's what developed into the clips that people would see going viral. But we're going to talk a little more about that today as we continue this interview. But that's who I am. That's how you came to know me, and that's how I praise God I came to know you.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Donna, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Family, again, important information is going to be in the chat about some of my products and services. You want to make sure that you engage in that. Family, when you listen and you hear about how Donald Trump came to power, when you hear about how the Bidens come to power, when you all are looking at some of the folks that dominate Washington, D.C., where Donald Trump is doing a domestic war that is aimed at foundational Black Americans, no matter what you say, because I was right. Y'all be out there saying stuff that don't make no sense. I've been fighting for foundational Black American issues before some of you all were. And so when I bring up something to you and you say things like, think you ain't with us. What you mean ain't with us? You just found out about this yesterday. You 6 months in, bruh. Sis, I've been on this. And I put us as priority. I'm emphasizing this because we're in serious times now, and I need you all to tune in real, real good and make sure that you're supporting voices that actually care about not just online talking points and getting ratings for one thing or another. I'm here for effective change for you, that you might receive tangibles. Now, Sister Jessica, I'm saying everything I do and say is for a reason. So if it ain't for you, just skip that part. Pamela, I see your cash app. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. So family, if that part's not for you, you just skip it. But y'all know I'm prophetic, right? So just hush, puppy. I know what I'm doing. The White House, baby, former secretary didn't have me blocked for no reason. CNN and MSNBC and celebrities don't reach out because they mad at me. Former View folks don't block me after I tear her tail up for nothing. So I got this, okay? So the part that don't apply to you, you just skip it. Yes? There's a lot going on that we can't talk about right now. But our sister is going to be giving us some inside information and some breaking news. This is not about being messy, family, but we're looking to be real clear about the goings on. You know why? Y'all see these two Black women on the screen? The world know our names. So you want to back us, and you want to understand very clearly what's going on, so that we're so that you're getting the truth, and we know how to move based on that truth. Yes? Everybody hit that button, share. Now, Sister Jessica, Donald Trump came out not too long ago. Of course, we have heard about the fact that DC has been a target. And initially, the mayor, Muriel Bowser there, I've been calling Lady Bowser, Wowzer, all kind of stuff, but her name is Muriel Bowser, the Black lady there. I've discussed her in times during the COVID epidemic because she was a willing tool for the system when she was hitting the pavement with Dr. Fauci. She literally went to Black neighborhoods, and she did not say simply
I remember that.
Yes, ma'am. I did coverage on her funny looking self. And here's why. Not whether or not some of our family decides whether or not they're going to I don't know, something popped up on my screen. That's why I'm looking like this. tech stuff. But not whether or not you all decide to take, some of you decide to take the shot or not, even though I gave you the history on the agenda behind that. And I even did private offline courses because Black media, we were being censored before COVID and during COVID more than anybody. You see, now all these alternative white folks are on there. Y'all done made them y'all's Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, which of course, okay, we're going to leave it alone. But anyway, y'all done elevated their voice. They took too long to get to the right conclusion, but they were censoring me and stopping me. That's when I was on Fly Nubian Queen, Your Black World, and other affiliate networks. And it was me that made the suggestion at the time years ago to Dr. Boyce, because he put up a video of Dr. Christine, which is a Black woman scientist that came out that was objecting to the COVID vaccine shots. And so before he could even let it be up for a minute, it was already going viral, but it was only up for like a short time. It wasn't even up a full day. I don't even know how many hours, if it was even that. They snatched it down so fast, but they were censoring me before that for other topics. Well, I made the suggestion to him, then why doesn't he do like an offline exclusive thing? Let's do that. And he agreed that it was a good idea, but nobody ever moved on it. So I did my own, where I brought in Brother Risa Islam. So I have done 4, 5, or 6 since then. I've done a couple with him. I've done some by myself. And I also did one with Dr. Bowling. He's passed away now. He was on MSNBC. Dr. Bowling is someone, I'm making a point here while I'm bringing this up. He's passed, I'm told, now, that Black virologist. That's what he does. He's not a cardiologist. He's not a podiatrist. He's not one of them doctors that got something to do with the feet or heart or something. His specialty was vaccines. He was traveling the world, and he was on the Council of the Vatican to ensure that they had the right information related to other vaccines. So this wasn't no dummy, and he trained other surgeons. You understand? So this man traveled the world. This was his specialty. Well, guess what, Miss Jessica? They brought him on the MSNBC type shows. Roland brought him on, and they thought because he was doing traditional medicine that he was going to endorse the COVID vaccine, because they was like, he's a virologist. He's been 4 vaccines before, so surely they were tripped out when he got on live television and said, not that problem he had with that particular one. So they started to censor him. So I did a couple of private ones with him as well. So I have a history of bringing on the top real insider folks. And of course, Brother Risa Islam has been considered the White House, one of the what they call the information disinformation dozen disinformation. So I think he's one of the few Blacks, and certainly one of the youngest that's on that list. So I had him on when I did that. It was absolutely powerful, and everybody started to ship shape. Newspapers tried to come against me, dear sister, from my broadcast when I brought up Tyler Perry, how Tyler admitted that he didn't even take the shot at first, but he only did it because the actual medical industry reached out to him. What is the point of me bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I was bringing a lot of attention to some of this stuff, and the powers that shouldn't be were involved in some of that, the censoring and trying to shut us down related to that. So I do a lot of offline stuff. So I'm going to be doing something offline related to what we're talking about today, more in-depth stuff that I can't say online, September 15th. So y'all mark your calendar, and we're going to be putting the link. So similarly to why I had to talk about certain things offline, we're going to be doing the same thing related to this topic, but our sister's going to give us some inside information that we want to know the truth about. Sis, our brother, I'm gonna go back to that later. Trump came out and said, "Oh, I brought that up because of the mayor, Mario.
Mayor DC.
He was going around with Dr. Fauci in Black neighborhoods, not encouraging people to get the shot, even though, of course, we know all the problems that some of us objected to. She was wagging her finger, dogging, disrespecting the Black neighborhoods only." About telling them to get down there. She was talking crazy. So I did a broadcast and exposed her with video footage of her and Dr. Fauci going in the hood. They were giving money, resources to Black folks, but they don't give us money, resources for nothing else to get stuff done. Babysitting and everything type stuff. So I was calling that out, Miss Jessica Jackson. Watch this. So when I found out what they was doing in DC, and I knew that we agreed that we were against illegal immigration. We were against them giving and resources to illegal folks over Black folks. So while you stepping to step criminals, you in our face telling us what you're not going to do for us. So we all were down and about that life of ICE crackdowns. Yes, Miss Hasina's gift is blessed 1,000-fold. She's one of my long-term supporters. Your very gracious gift is blessed 1,000-fold. So sis, that's why I objected to the mayor then, because she was talking enough. She wasn't going to Asian neighborhoods. She wasn't going to Middle Eastern neighborhoods. She wasn't talking to me about that. And she was bringing Dr. Fauci, just spitting in our face, basically trying to make us feel like we were stupid. I want you to get ready to jump in after I play this. With that being said, she's been a tool for white supremacy in the system. So initially she came out real weak about Trump doing the military takeover of DC. But then after she met with Attorney General Pam Bondi, she pulled back and said she's embracing the federal resources. Something doesn't smell right to me about that shift. So this is what Trump came out and did, said he's not only interested in doing it in Washington, D.C., he said he wants to go to Chicago and some other places. I want to know if y'all can hear and see this. Watch this, family.
Now, we work very well with the police because we naturally get along with the police. So the police and us work really well together, whether the mayor is opposed or whether, I mean, you have a really rotten mayor there too. He's got a 6% approval rating in Chicago. And I see black women wearing a red MAGA hat last night on television. Please let the president come in. My son was attacked. You have a force of black women. Black women, they're like only Trump.
Now you see how he keep emphasizing only black women, red hats. Sister Jessica, talk to us about that, however you want to take this.
Well, look, Vicki, I think you set the stage for this perfectly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, Black people are in trying times in this country right now. This stuff is real that's going on. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't until I started getting into this fight for my mother's estate that I started realizing just how real this stuff is. Okay? We as Black people have to be very, very careful how we are allowed to be depicted in the media, how we are allowed to be used by these particular groups for particular agendas. We have to be careful. I'm going to start off saying that we got to be careful.
Yes,
now, when we talk specifically about Trump's statement about Black women in red MAGA hats wanting him to come to Chicago, begging him to come to Chicago, let me just say this so that I can put it in proper context.
Yes, ma'am. Take your time.
It needs to be put in proper context.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, first of all, let me make this super clear. I've never worn a red MAGA hat a day in my life. I have wore a red hat that says Shy on the front.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I love Chicago. Born and raised on the South Side. And I love that. I'm telling you straight out, I love that I'm from the South Side of Chicago.
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So
yes,
that's what my cap said.
Yes,
Shy.
ma'am.
Okay. Now,
Yes,
to give just a brief history of how the Chicago Flip Red and the Red Hats came to be, it was about us fighting for property. It was about me saying that the probate process was illegally taking Black people's property. Because I learned of it through my mother's estate.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Zoe, another person who Chicago Flip Red, which in fact she's the person who started that slogan. Okay. She was fighting for her mother's property issue about eminent domain. That's how she started. Okay. Then you had Michael Young Bay down there, and he was fighting about the fact that him and his family needed shelter in one of these shelters here, but they could never get shelters because they was filled up with these illegals.
Got it.
Then you had a George Blakemore that's been coming to City Hall and being an activist since forever, probably like 30 some years in the city, that he's just down there on his own talking about Black issues. Then later came Taiwan Sims. And again, he came talking about a similar issue almost to Michael Young Bay and his family.
Okay.
But he was a single man, and he was talking about how he could not get housing because illegals were getting in the shelters and stuff. So all of us came down there independent of one another and independent of our own issues. That's the reason why you see a lot of clips out there going viral, that went viral, that we didn't have on red cap, mega caps or Chicago flip red shirts at all.
Got it.
At all. Because
Yes,
our messages resonated across the country before we even put a t-shirt on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Now, that's a fact. That's a fact. So the thing of bringing Trump here, when you heard me, because I'm going to speak for me.
Yes, ma'am.
When you heard me talking about,
you said who you speaking
I'm speaking
for
me.
Okay.
I speak for me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm speaking for me. Because one thing that we got to get away from, and I'm going to touch on it later as we continue with this conversation, is how we allow them to tell us who to roll with. They tell us what to talk about. They tell us what's okay. They tell us what platform they gonna put us on to talk about. As long as we say this and talk about that, they gonna affiliate us with this group, with that group. See, they for real believe that they still control us.
Ooh.
And a lot of us, by way of this social media stuff, by way of wanting to be in political positions and stuff so desperately, we have allowed that. That's the part of this that we got to take accountability for. Yes. We've created these pathways for them to get all up in here and manipulate stuff the way that they do. Let's be crystal clear on that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to talk about me and why I told Trump that he needs to come in here.
Yes, ma'am.
And that position remains the same.
Yes, ma'am.
That position is Trump. The Democratic Party here in Chicago got us sold up. Everybody here in Chicago, every alderman in City Hall is a Democrat.
Come on.
Every commissioner in Cook County is a Democrat. Every political agency or governmental agency here is Democrat funding.
Come on.
Funding. The mayor is Democrat. The governor is Democrat. Everybody that's in charge of everything is Democrat. So when we start fighting, and when I start fighting for my issues, what's up, Cynthia? When I start fighting for my issues, I kept hitting a brick wall. Why? Because Democrats, everybody's covering for everybody. So my position was, Trump, get in here. We need change at the federal level. Yes, we need a Republican in office at this point in time. Trump was the Republican candidate.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Trump, we need you to get in office so that you can come and do something about what's happening here in the local politics with the Democratic Party in Chicago. We're not getting no justice. We're not getting no help. These Democrats are letting these immigrants override us, come up in our neighborhoods. We need some help.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we too are taxpayers.
We
got rights. There are laws. And it is wrong for us to be in a political system in this city that we can't get any type of support. Because you all are on one agenda and that agenda doesn't benefit us at all. So yeah, Trump, get in office and come see about Chicago. Now, like you said earlier, that was us dealing with what? The issue of illegal immigration. And we were all on board with that. Because it is wrong for people to come over here, grab up resources, step on what we done, what we have.
Yes.
And for us to be completely ignored. Yeah, that's wrong.
That's right.
And as Black people talked about it, the other groups start talking about it as well. But then again, that's where it gets tricky. And we'll touch on that later on.
Yes, ma'am.
But now that's what coming into Chicago was supposed to be about.
Yes.
We all know Trump been trying to get in Chicago by way of this crime for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
But before we start jumping all on him, on Trump, for upholding his campaign promise.
Right.
His campaign promise was that he was going to come into these blue cities and he was going to deal with illegal immigration.
Thanks.
Now, the heat came because what these Democratic mayors like Brandon Johnson, like Karen Bass, like Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, all those Democratic cities
start
blocking them.
Come on.
Start blocking the Trump administration by way of blocking ICE.
Yes. Yes.
That is unfair to the American citizens
Yes.
who voted in large numbers in the popular vote that we wanted Trump in office, having full knowledge of what his platform was.
Right.
The Electoral College gave a landslide of vote and support to Donald Trump.
Facts.
Everybody knowing he was going to do what? Mass deportation. So
Yep.
for him to get in office in a fair election,
Come on.
and then Democratic mayors, Democratic governors block him but coming in to do what it is that the citizens say that they want, the Democrats are wrong for that.
Yes,
He's
ma'am.
not wrong for exercising his power.
Come on.
Who wouldn't do it? Who wouldn't do it?
Come on now.
What power do you have that you wouldn't exercise if it was necessary? What
Come on.
power do I have that I wouldn't exercise if it's necessary? I need the president of the United States to come and get these illegals out of this community.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we need. Now, when you talk about crime, let's be crystal clear.
Yes.
Before Chicago get all on about why Trump coming in here with this crime to do. Again, his campaign promises was to come in and do illegal deportation.
Right.
Okay, he's not wrong to still try to do that.
Uh-huh.
Brandon Johnson is the one who ran on the campaign of he would keep property taxes down and that he would get crime down. That was Brandon Johnson's agenda.
Brandon Johnson, who's black.
Black is me and you.
Brandon Johnson, who's Democrat.
Democrat, yes, ma'am.
Brandon Johnson, who's former part of the black public school system there, but they ain't doing nothing to help the black educators today.
That Brandon Johnson.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, that Brandon. You know, the one that got this little, I don't know what this is.
Mohawk. Is it the Mohawk?
I don't know. But I do know this. I take issue, for real. I take issue with someone who's leading the city, who's expected to be taken seriously, good and grown, walking around with this.
Come on.
What is even that about? Come on, stop. But yes, that Brandon Johnson, it was his campaign promises that promised to get crime down. It was his campaign promises that he said he wouldn't increase property taxes. And from where I'm standing and what the city of Chicago is standing, he's been an epic failure in both.
Epic.
So should we all just sit here and don't do nothing, but just let him keep playing this fake black card, this fake
Come on.
black concern, this fake righteous concern, this fake facade to sell it? It's fake.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's fake. Sitting up here talking about crime is down.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Wow.
And here's the thing that make you know it's not. Because you tell me, Vicky, how is it that all the blue cities all of a sudden claiming the same thing? Crime is down.
Come on now.
At the same time, Chicago crime is down per the mayor. LA crime is down per the mayor. Boston crime is down per the mayor. Baltimore crime is down per the mayor. Philadelphia's crime down to the. At the same time, all these blue cities are going down. Crime is going down at the same time. You know that's not true.
Come on now.
And then let's just look at the city of Chicago. Yeah. What has happened to make the crime go down? Brandon Mohawk Johnson.
Come on now.
You got rid of the shot spotter. That's the technology.
Okay.
You got rid of that, right? And you haven't replaced it with any other technology. So we know that's not helping. Okay. During his campaign, he said that he was going to hire over 2,000 detectives. The last time they checked, he only hired, 2? Wow. So we know that's not a helping force.
Wow.
It's my understanding he's held back a police academy class or so. So that's not new officers coming in that way.
Wow.
So what exactly has happened, Mayor Brandon Johnson,
Come on.
that has caused this drop in crime?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't even make any sense. But I will say this, Trump, this coming from me and my red hat.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to deal with crime, and as a matter of fact, I called the Republican congressman about 2 weeks ago, and that's before he even made that clip.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm constantly frustrated about how I'm seeing them cheating courts here.
Mm.
So I called the Republican congressman myself.
Yes,
about
ma'am.
2 weeks ago. I called Congressman Palmer's office. That's the one who got me to DC in that hearing for March 8th. I called Congressman Byron Donald's office. I called Congressman LaHood. I called Congresswoman Mace. I called what's the Chairman Conner. I called all them.
Come on.
I called the DOJ, Pam Bondi's office.
Come on.
To remind them that if you really want to do something about Chicago, come on in here and deal with these corrupt politicians, deal with these corrupt judges.
Yes, ma'am.
See, don't come here looking to just get, as they say, Pookie and Ray Ray and them. Yeah, that should be handled. People getting shot down and all this, like these stats are showing and stuff. Yeah, something should be done about that. I'm not going to sit here and say that it shouldn't.
Yes, ma'am.
But ain't no kind of way you're going to come to Chicago and you're going to deal with that, but you're not going to deal with the white collar crime here.
Ooh, let me hit the gavel on that.
Hit the gavel on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Chicago been known for being corrupt. See, it's a difference between talking about violence statistics and talking about the matter of corruption. Yeah, Chicago got all these stats for violent crimes. True that, true that. But let's talk about the stats.
Come on.
That the University of Illinois studies keep putting out, saying what? That Chicago has been the most corrupt city for the last, 4-5 years.
Come on now.
It says the state of Illinois has been the most corrupt state for the last 4 or 5 years. So you make it make sense to me.
Come on.
How you plan on coming here and correcting the crime if you ain't dealing with the people who manufacture the crime?
Ooh.
I know that they do it because I know how they handling my civil case.
Come on.
You cannot make me believe, Vicki Dillard, that the level of corruption that I'm seeing in these civil courts, and we could do a segment by ourselves with that.
By itself, and we need to, because I got,
and we need to. We need to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can, there's no way you can make me believe that just like I know I'm witnessing in civil court.
Come on.
Distorted court records.
Come on.
Perjury and fraud in court documents written by judges.
You better talk your talk.
I'm going to do it. From the probate associate judges, in my case, Judge Timothy McGuire.
Come on.
Judge Karen O'Malley. Judge Carolyn Gallagher.
Come on.
Presiding probate judge Daniel B. Malone.
Come on now.
And Chief Judge Timothy Evans.
Call them out. Call them out. Come on.
They need to be called out.
Come on now.
Because when they put the clank on Taiwan, they're going to call him out.
Indeed. Indeed.
Come get them. If you really want to stop the crime in Chicago, I tell you where to find them. After you finish leaving, getting Pookie and Ray Ray from where they are. Okay, whatever.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Then you go and you get what they say, the brown illegals.
Come on. Come on.
For sure. For sure. Get them. Get them. For sure.
Come on now.
Nah. Let's show. Like I named him.
Yes.
I named Trump the
Yes.
people's president.
Okay.
And the reason why I named him that It's because I feel that I know doggone well Donald Trump is not bothered by illegal immigrants. They're not living in his neighborhood. They're not taking his children jobs.
And plus, he hired them for his businesses.
It's all I know.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that, right? But I like the fact that even though those problems, that issue does not directly hurt him, and he's able to function however he want to function, he quote unquote, we're gonna say, care enough to deal with it for the average American. He knows that the average American don't want it. The average American don't want to be bothered with it.
Yeah.
So looking out for the average American, he's putting his foot down about illegal immigration. Yes, that's why I refer to him as the people's president. But I'm saying, make that be true, Donald Trump. Come get these hood Negroes. Okay. All right. Then you get the brown illegals, like you said. Okay. Then after you finish that, come right over here to the Circuit Court Daily Center building.
Come on now.
Go up there. In them courtrooms, I can tell you.
Somebody put the gap.
I got the documentation to prove everything that I'm saying with their names on it, their signatures on it, to show all the fraud and perjury and fraudulent acts that they engage in to steal people's real estate.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Yes, ma'am.
So come on, I'll take you right up in there. Get that white collar crime. Yeah. Then we can go across the street where the public administrators are. Go get them. I got the documentation to get them. Yeah. Then we can leave out of there, come across the street.
Come on.
Go up in City Hall. Get all them.
Come on. Come on.
Get all them.
Come on.
Because as public officials, they sat right there, month after month, day after day, week after week, at this point, year after year, hearing us say that they stealing property. Here's the documentation. I didn't even have meetings with some of these aldermen where they just saw, and Cook County commissioners, they saw the false documents. They've seen them. And you think they came for them public administrators? You think they came for them judges? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And they've been, some of them was black as you and me. Some of them was white too.
Yeah.
Some of them was white too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I say, go get them. Go get them. Then after you leave out of City Hall, all you got to do, because it's just a clock that separates the city from the county in that building. So we can go right on over to the other side of the clock.
Come on. Come on now.
Go up to the 5th floor. Come on.
Come on.
That's where we can find all the Cook County commissioners.
This is good.
Tony Preckwinkle, Inspector General, all of them. They right there. Come on. Guess what, Trump? I got the documentation for that too.
Come on now. Come on.
Trump, if you really want to stop the crime in Chicago, stop the crime. But you got to get it by way of the corruption.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that's where I'm at with it. Come on, Trump. Come on. If you really want, because Chicago needs to be straightened out.
Yes, ma'am.
And if we got to keep on with these same old black politicians that won't do anything except for tell us about all that they can't do.
Right.
While I'm sitting here with my own 2 eyes, sitting in those meetings day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, hearing these black aldermen, black commissioners supporting every single thing.
Come on now. Come
that
on.
Every other group wants.
Come on now.
I mean, everything that one Silverstein, alderwoman, she just one Jewish person, and she get everything she wants.
Wow. Wow.
Everything she wants.
Now
you see the Hispanics.
Come on.
They get everything they want.
Everything.
Everything. It's a couple of Asians in there. They get everything.
Everything.
Everything. And we ain't going. Yeah, it's a given that the white folks get what they want.
Exactly.
That's a given. Do we even need to say that?
Facts. That's a fact. That's
But
a fact.
That's a fact. I have never seen none of those black aldermen stand up and start some type of ordinance or some type of policy or some type of legislation.
Yes.
That would be for us. For us.
Yes.
And then have the privilege of seeing all these other aldermen get up and say, we support it. We support that.
Come on now.
We're going to vote for that today.
Come on.
We're going to support you, Alderman Mitchell. We're going to support you, Alderman Harris.
Come on.
We're going to support you, Alderman Yancey. We're going to support you, Alderman Talaferro. We're going to support you, Alderwoman Miss. We're going to support you, Alderwoman Stephanie Coleman. We're going to support you, Alderwoman Monique Scott. We're going to support you, Alderman Bill, Anthony Bill. Where they at?
Come on.
But they can't support nothing if you don't stand up for nothing, ask for nothing, demand nothing. They ain't got nothing to support.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now I want to please don't. I don't want to cut your wisdom. I don't want you to forget.
No, go ahead.
I want to insert this parenthetically. This is why it's important. I don't know if you see his book in the basket here or that. If not, it's in the clock on the shelf. I want y'all to understand. It may be in the basket. You see it there. I need y'all to understand something. When I say about keeping up with me and my commentary, and then you come in at the last minute, and then you see Sister Jessica, and then you jump to some silly conclusion because Trump talking about black women in Chicago, they have the red hats, and you automatically assume and conflate everything. Let me tell you something. That's a problem, and you're being politically lazy when you don't keep up with what I'm talking about, what she's talking about on a consistent basis. See, the civil stuff folks don't want to get into because it's easy for us to deal with just a quick little flash. It doesn't require much thinking, and thinking is new for some people. Thinking people don't like to do that sometimes. It's laborious. It's too much, and they want a simple solution to something, and they just want to put it into somebody else's responsibility to do that kind of thing, keep it simple, and all this other kind of stuff. And at the same time, you want to know why black folks are in the same condition after literally, thank you, hundreds of years. This is a part of the reason. Now, when I dealt with an unjust criminal situation, it was after I was being targeted for multiple civil issues, multiple things related to fraud that had to do with not just people related, just miscellaneous in the real estate, mortgage, and all the professional folks, because I was not the professional in any of that. It had to do with me calling out judges, county officials, state officials, local officials, Wall Street entities. These are high-level folks that were responsible, y'all listen to me, for engineering the Wall Street crisis. You were, and black folks at that time lost more, quote unquote, wealth in real estate than any other group because they engineered it before you were ever even involved, ninja. And then they prosecuted one or two lower folks on the low end that was finding out about what was going on, snitching, telling, looking into stuff, investigating, filing grievances, filing lawsuits, doing different things. And then you make an assumption based on a headline that they wrote. And Sister Jessica, Vicky says that I got the emails showing that certain Wall Street entities and law firms were emailing the feds, and we got the emails, not chit-chat, not gossip and slander online, to say they was pressing him to come get me. And they sloppily redacted some of that information. They didn't mean for that to even be in the cache of discovery that I got. And to this day, I'm still denied all the other discovery that the judge was formally requested in a brief to give and to turn over to me before trial. Now, that has to do with tangible civil court, family. The real power is when they take your home and your land. That's the stuff y'all don't want to talk about. So
that's
when you
stuff they don't want to talk about.
You know what? She said that's how she got her start. That's how I got my start. I was dealing with local news, and the local newspapers labeled one of the headlines, "Show me the note." That was the issue that I had. And watch this. It was fraud that was being committed, not just by individuals related to who I was directly working with, who I trusted with paperwork and trusted with my Social Security, trusted with my FICO score, trusted with all the details. But it had government officials, Wall Street officials. And some of you all are too ignorant to understand how some of this work. A lot of us didn't even know how it was working. And so when we started saying, no, this doesn't make sense, or this doesn't make sense, or we showed this to the judge, they were all involved, which is why they tried to shut it down. You mentioned, even when Trump was talking about the courts, you mentioned certain legal entities just now, right?
Yes.
You mentioned certain individuals. How many of you all know who Neil Gorsuch is? How many of y'all know who's Neil Gorsuch, family? Let me show you the picture. Who's this man? How do we know who he is? How many, who is this, y'all? Somebody tell me in the chat. Miss Sister Jessica, I want you to get ready to make your next point in just a minute.
No, go ahead.
He's on the Supreme Court, right? Or he was on the Supreme Court. He was in the Federal Circuit Court in Colorado, and he was one of the ones that dealt with one of my civil cases. Let me tell you, little ninjas, something that think you know something. You should be very careful, and you should spend your time, your energy, and your resources making sure you back folks like us. And that you listen real careful. My brother, Kool Keezy, which I wasn't expecting to say this one right here. I didn't know nothing about this brother. I only came to know him because he was following me so much online as a supporter. Watch this. Kool Keezy is the one that told folks that when he was dealing with the unjust case that he beat, he said that Vicki Miller's case was an encouragement to him because the prisoners knew Vicki Dillon. They was bragging on me because they saw my name in the newspaper. Why were prisoners locked up shouting Vicki Dillon's name before I ever did one day behind bars? Because they saw Vicki was suing judges. Vicki was suing everybody that they know that was devils and calling them out in civil cases.
In civil cases.
It was him that was telling the world, baby, Vicki is respected by prisoners. Do you hear what he said? Let me highlight what he said so ninjas don't think I'm making this up. What he say? He says 100% facts. Now I'm bringing this up because I need you all to understand that the rabbit hole is very deep and you can't afford to be this stupid. Now, my sister made a point. Why did I have my assistant dig for this book real quick? And I want you to take it from here. Dr. Clark Anderson, Powernomics. He's got multiple books, right? Dr. Claude Anderson, I was looking for his picture in this, and I always get confused with where his picture are because I sold even some of his books on my website. Dr. Claude Anderson worked for the Carter administration, right? So he worked for the Carter administration. Dr. Claude Anderson helped to win elections on local levels. He worked for the education department in Florida. This man worked behind enemy lines. It was Dr. Claude, sister, that told us that Black folks need to play the game of politics. He let us know that we ought to be using and exploiting whichever side is going to give the most benefit to Black people. I'm bringing that up in the context of what you're saying because everybody want to jump out here, not everybody, certain ones, to say, well, why work with the Republicans? Why do this if we know they're going to? No, the Democrats are equally as devilish. And I keep bringing that up because ask yourself this question. How do mainstream media bring on illegal immigrants to let them talk on the news? Did Joy Reid ever bring you on, my sister?
No, she did not.
Did Simone Satters ever bring you on, my sister?
No.
The Democrats and the Republicans in Chicago, and I want you to come in before the election. Didn't they set up the Black Democrat citizens like yourself? Didn't they try to change the rules so that you all was showing up at the meeting so strong they tried to change the rules to make you show ID? The very Democrats that said that if Republicans made you show ID to vote, that was racist. But it was the Democrats that were so upset, y'all, because of the Black folks that were showing up in Chicago. They tried to change the rules so they could not attend the city meetings. They wanted them to register in advance until a third-party government watch agency told y'all's Black Democrat mayor that might be illegal. So they pulled back that rule. Do you know they tried to stop them from showing up in large numbers on the lower floor so that they did not have direct proximity to the local leaders to hold them accountable? Didn't the Black folks in Chicago tell them that we're going to show up real strong during the DNC? And guess what the Democrats publicly mused? They said, well, maybe we should consider not doing a physical convention, DNC. Maybe we should do it digitally to stop Black folks' voices from interrupting the DNC. Don't tell me about how to get attention when it was the Democrats that did everything to shut down their own Black constituents, their own Black folks' voices. And the work with what y'all consider to be the other side. Dr. Clark let us know it's a game. They not our friends, fool. You supposed to be working with whoever is going to give you the benefits. And that's the problem with some of you ninjas out here. We're going to go with whatever side is going to give us the most benefits because we recognize they both white supremacists. Y'all make sure that you are paying attention to the links that my team is putting in the chat. My team is putting in the chat that I'm going to be doing a private, offline, very low cost webinar. This is not the free one. So spend these little $20, $29 on getting your seat because I'm going to expose what's behind Trump with the Mexican cartels. Ain't the stuff you ever heard related to FBA, youth. And while he's still willing to be a tool to invade and to cause war for black folks, I'm going to talk about the black soldiers. I've been talking about why they were targeting the black soldiers with the beards and stuff. It was for this very reason. And I'm going to reveal some more stuff that I can't talk about, but it's going to be connected also to the Zionist Israeli regime that's plotting on not just the Palestinians over there in that place they call the Middle East and Palestine, but they plotting right here on you. The link is in the chat. Get your seat. It's right there where my team put up Trump and y'all who plot New American Civil War, and then also the Black Vatican Rising. That's the link. Get your seat. Monday, September 15th. Don't you dare miss it. I want you to talk a little bit about that with me related to the next part of what else you got to say, because I want you to reveal any other information. I know at one time there was some information you want to share with us that you have been silent on, but I want you to go into some of that. I know I went off on a little bit of a rabbit trail, but I wanted to let you remind folks that it's the Democrats that went out of their way to use laws, policies, rules, and regulations to silence us. Also, y'all's mayor there has been under investigation. What about that size 14 shoe? What about them gifts he was given and the other folks that was investigating him, and he was not properly cooperating with the investigators down there? I'm getting ready to do another live interview before my event, September 15th, with Brother Abdul. I've been saying the black long-term educator there. I'm getting ready to break some news that the average person hadn't heard. And it has to do with the betrayal of other governmental officials there. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all about working with the other sides when one is sitting there smiling in your face, taking you out and been taking you out. Talk to us, sis.
No, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. And this whole thing about, I mean, what is this that you could see that the Democratic Party is not doing us any good, and you still just won't change your thinking?
Come on.
Change your thinking.
Come on.
The Republican Party, no one is sitting here going rah, 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 Republican, Republican. But that's not what this is about.
That's right. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. They know it.
And you know it.
Most of them know it. Most of them know it.
They know it. But the fear of changing their mind overtakes you. It just overtakes you.
Yeah.
And then you meet that same, what we want to say, pushback and fearful spirit, but you see it on the other side. I'm seeing it on the other side when dealing with the Republican Party. This is where I've been stuck with the Republican Party. As long as, let's even with the clips that they would put on the news.
Come on.
As long as I'm talking about the illegal immigration.
Come on.
That viral, that's going viral. That's going viral. But that's going viral. But notice how the parts of me talking about them stealing our property that never seemed to make the mainstream. It never seemed to make that. Okay? I have been offered and appeared on news outlets.
Y'all listen.
And as long as I talked about illegal immigration, they blowing me up. Blowing me up.
Talk to us, sis.
Blowing me up.
Talk to us.
Blowing me up.
Come on.
But soon as I start saying to them, okay, but what about this real estate that Cook County in the city of Chicago is taking from black people? What about the Obama Center that's displacing all them black people over there? What about they aggressively? What about that? Well, you know, that we've heard about that, and we'll get back to you, you know. But today we want to talk that. So about after like the third time,
tell us, sis.
And I don't know. Do you want me to say the news outlet or that to get you in trouble? Because I won't get you in trouble.
Tell it all on the Vicky show.
Okay, Fox News.
Talk to us.
After I told them, take the story about them stealing black people's property.
Come on now.
They would not take that. So on like the third time, it was the third or fourth time that they called me to come on the show and talk about illegal immigration, whatever. I told them no. If they're not willing to take the story about them stealing our property, then I'm not coming back on there.
Because who else would that implicate if you talk about property, my sister?
You understand? Because see, now I'm talking about people they know. I'm talking about people that they eat lunch with, that they go golfing with.
Slow down, because I need my audience to understand. See, this is what the rabbit holes some people don't want to go down.
That's where they don't want to go down.
Say it again. Why don't they want to talk about it? Because it may affect people they may, what you say?
Because there's people they know.
Oh, okay.
You think none of them aldermen in there didn't know these judges?
Oh.
You think none of them aldermen knew these public administrators?
Come on now.
One of the aldermen told me when I was looking for Kwame Raoul, the Illinois State Attorney General, he told me that was his neighbor. I said, okay, then find him and tell him that he got to handle this case. I knocked on his door, but no one is there. I left a message. I'm looking for. Can't nobody find you?
Ain't nobody find him.
Can't nobody find Kwame Raoul, the Illinois Attorney General. So this is the problem when you start talking on this level. Yes. Don't nobody want to deal with these people that they know.
Right.
These people that they do business with. People that they buying up this property with. Facts. And then when you come over here to Negroes.
This has to do with the money, y'all. This has
with
to do
money.
With and they keeping you just on the one issue, just as slow and small and on the low level and one dimensional, and you missing the freaking forest for the doggone trees. You don't want to get down the details. This is the problem that makes people like us dangerous, baby, because we're going to follow that rabbit hole. I know stuff I don't know. I wasn't even able to understand the complexity of it. That's where my spirituality came in. You know why? Because I was knowing stuff that I had no business knowing, putting stuff together on the spots. You don't need to take my word for nothing. They're transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
There are former people that was in my life that I was married to.
Wait a minute, Sister Vicky. Hold that thought right there,
now.
big baby.
Now. Talk to us.
Yesterday, and I don't want to touch too much on Brother Abdul Muhammad because he got a story of himself, but I will say this. He got a solid situation, just like I got a solid situation.
Come on now.
Solid. Ain't no loopholes where they could say, well, see, right here, they said, no. There is a such thing called documentary evidence.
Facts.
Documents. Like this youngin' Brother Ben X used to say. He said, it's documentation over conversation all day. All day. Now watch this, because you brought up about the transcripts. That's why I want to interject.
Please.
Me and Brother Warren was talking about this yesterday. Because Brother Warren was the one, when I was telling him about this, he said, you got to get that judge. And I'm like, yeah, the judge is state. He said, no, Sister Jessica, get that judge. So I started thinking, the main way that they protect the judges, I know in probate.
Come on.
Guess what? There are no stenographers.
Come on.
There are no audio recordings.
Come on.
Therefore, what? There are no transcripts. Come on. Wow. There are no transcripts. Wow. There's no official record of what was being said in these proceedings. Who said it? So now they can steal your property with completely distorted court records, completely distorted court orders.
Come on.
Because you, without that official transcript, you have nothing to counter that judge with.
And people need to understand, every court that I've dealt with,
that's hot.
Federal, I'm talking about civil stuff, federal, state, and local, they make sure they take you through security so that you don't bring in any device where you can record them. Now, I'm not going to say, but I'm just saying that sometimes certain people make it is real dangerous because we know about that, and because we can still get what we need to get. That's what makes some of us more dangerous than some of you weaklings. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because it's been some years ago and stuff, because some of us know about that. Some of us know about that, and some of us made the necessary provisions, notwithstanding that, the recordings and stuff. This is another reason why they came up, ones of us, because they knew we had that. Not only that, affidavits. I had affidavits,
affidavits
on the record, things that emails. It's too much to explain, but I had people inside of one of the trust offices that gave me the heads up on certain things where I got certain documentation. Guess what the documentation was, my sister?
Where?
Basement of one of the courts. I had no idea where it was. Guess who winked at me? Guess who winked at me? Because they so used to me coming down there, paying for copies, looking and stuff, asking questions. They knew that this woman needed guidance. Guess who told me? You ready for this?
Some of those clerks.
One of the previous clerks, he was getting ready to run for the top trustee position there. He gave me a wink and a nod, told me to look at one of the documents on the bottom. I didn't realize, but there was a serial number that was connected to another document because they were using solo signatures that was meant for one set of documents, and they would attach that signature because they didn't have the proper paperwork. They had fraudulent stuff. They would use your legitimate signature, and they would add your signature that you done signed off on something else, something else totally different. And he said, look at the bottom serial number right there. Go down so and so, ask for XY. This is what makes you dangerous. It's not that I even knew. It's that when you start asking the right questions, the divine will allow certain people, places, and things to adjust, to assist you to get the information that you need. I went all the way to Supreme Court on some stuff. But the fraud was so deep, so there were multiple entities. And when I was suing judges, what made me dangerous, I wasn't suing judges in their official capacity. I was getting them because they were operating in their personal capacity. And guess what? The other side of me in federal court for a civil case where I was suing them, the attorneys general, because that's who were representing the judges that I had sued. So that's what made me dangerous, among many other things. Now, I want you to take it further. When I mentioned Gorsuch, because some of us know that he's one of the current Supreme Court justices, and when you look at his history, you'll see he's from Colorado. This man is one of the that's one of the ones that was involved in one of my cases. I'm just trying to let folks know I was doing this for real. Like this real. I'll let you see it on the TV. I don't know what you're doing out there, but we telling you it's deeper than what you know. And this actually has to do with tangibles. And Trump knows that. You know why? Because Trump is in real estate, and Trump understands the eminent domain stuff. Trump knows Trump was willing to be the top actor to draw everybody's attention off on just the one issue, whereas we were using the issue to draw attention, to stop the most immediate threat in the draining of some of our resources so that we could get to the bigger check and so that we could get to other issues. This is politics. This ain't about being buddy-buddy. And we don't make any apology.
It's politics.
It's a system, and whoever gives us the most benefits and whoever elevates our voice. All of you that talk about working with the other side, did the Democrats ever bring you in to DC to speak, sister?
The Democrats?
Yes, no. The Democrats.
No. No. And as a matter of fact, when I was up there for the congressional hearing that they had, the sanctuary city.
Yes.
Mayors there. I'm gonna tell you, it was amazing, I guess, to see the Democrats just go all in and fight this hard for illegal immigrants. We only wish that a Jasmine Crockett would have fought that hard for us.
Come on now.
We only wish that what is the one that don't have no hair? You know what I'm talking about.
Which one?
You know who I'm talking about. You know, Oh God. The people in the chat, they know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, who's she talking about? Y'all put the name in
that sister that wear the bald head.
Oh, Presley. Somebody put the name in the chat.
Her. Yeah, good job. Thank you, chat. What's the AOCs and all of them?
Right.
You only wish that they would talk about and fight this hard for Black people.
The Congressional Black Caucus.
But they don't.
The CBC, the Congressional Black Caucus, also for those.
Right, the Congressional Black Caucus.
That's a formal group of Black legislators that are supposed to be doing Black issues. But when you look at their history for the past several years, you'll see that more of their issues, and that was a part of their website until we start calling them out. They was hard in the paint for them illegals, is what the Black Caucus stood for. And one quick thing, which is why you all need to be attending all of my webinars, private, free, paid, unpaid. You need to be attending everything I'm doing because I'm talking to great detail about a lot of that. One of the things that I talked about offline on multiple platforms, sister, is the CBC. Even when Joe Biden at one time on his administration refused to meet with Benjamin Netanyahu, because America believes in a murderous, genocidal country like Israel that don't have no a constitution. I don't know why more people don't talk about the fact that Israel don't have no constitution, but nevertheless, I'm the only one that talk about it. But anyway, this country we've been sending billions of dollars to every single year. That's our reparations money. This country that I've been talking about for years, past and recent. Who's their top government? One of their top governmental former emissaries was secretly recorded stating before October 7th, 2023.
Yeah.
Said that the enemy to their country are Black American youth. And your CBC, my sister, has not called for an investigation. They have not called for a hearing. This country that we're sending billions of dollars to said that the number one threat, they have us on their target. They've been plotting against us, and your government has absolutely nothing to say. Not only that, what happened 1 month before October 7th, a year and some months ago? I keep covering this, and hardly nobody else was talking about it. The Congressional Black Caucus, even when Joe Biden and even when white Democrats, and as quiet as it kept, the Republicans were able to stay quiet because even the Republicans kept a distance from Benjamin Netanyahu, even under the Biden administration. Even though they was talking in favor of Israel, they were still secretly keeping a distance. You know why? Because Benjamin Netanyahu is under multiple criminal investigations there. And as small as Israel is, even the white genocidal maniac Zionist Israelis there that believe in murdering and killing people all day long, their population in large part do, they have been protesting for him for a year, hundreds of thousands of people on a regular basis in the streets for a year. And so, because he was, guess what he was attacking there? The judiciary, judges, the stuff you talking about right now, the people we talking about right now,
the judges.
He was trying to overturn their judiciary because they're the ones that served as the greatest threat to him possibly going to prison if he got caught up in those cases, because those cases were from a long time ago, but they were coming to a head and he had successfully kept them off. But by him keeping all these wars going on, blowing up stuff, killing more and more people, that helped to delay it. Watch this. It was getting so bad that the United States needs genocidal Israel, because Israel do a lot of dirty work for us around the world, not just there. You understand that. They create weapons and software. If y'all didn't attend my COVID offline, see, this is why you got to attend my stuff offline, because I tell you about a lab that existed before the virus hit. And where y'all be excited when the white folks talk like they're the only ones that, oh, they came up with something, and we've been on this. But nevertheless, my sister, because they still needed Israel intact to keep doing all the dirty work that they do for America, they was trying to press Netanyahu to step down, sacrifice yourself, bro, so we could keep the whole murderous operation going. Refusing to step down. You understand? So even Joe Biden refused to meet with him. Are you listening? Guess who met 1 month before October 7th of 2023?
Who?
Congressional Black Caucus.
They
flew to Israel. Congressional Black Caucus, who's supposed to be helping you get your property back. Congressional Black Caucus that's supposed to be pushing reparations.
Flew to Israel.
Flew to Israel 1 month before October 7th. Even when the white Democrats and even when a whole lot of white Republicans were secretly keeping their distance, the Black Democrats flew their funny-looking hips to Israel. And Vic Miller and almost me alone have been calling nonstop for an investigation into the CBC. And I want to know what the hell was they discussing. I believe that they may have trafficked sensitive information from Israel, because Israel are top software people. A lot of the stuff that's in your phone, a lot of your medicines you have come from Israel. I believe that they know that if they say too much information, did you know the previous, and I want you to jump in after this, the previous Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, which I covered him nonstop, and ninjas be asking me, what you talking about? Them folks over there for an international, what they got to do with FBA? If you don't get your ass, if you don't get your, that's your level. Get off my page, but don't you come up here telling me what to do, because you don't know how to get your freaking die. Watch this. You know, Biden refused to even meet with them. I'm bringing this up because they make a lot of software. They spy on a lot of people. They do a lot of shady stuff. They even America, you know that back in the day, Israel it's Israel that has some of our top information. And inside federal intel folks have said that the number one enemy to America is not all the other folks that tell you. They've said that it's Israel because they have sensitive information and they've got spies, and including the man that ain't got no legs and said he's serving the military. That's the current foreign committee president. He's incredibly accused of being a spy for Israel, and he's the current president of the U.S. House of Representatives Foreign Affairs Committee, who I cover. Let me tell you something. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because I believe that's one of the reasons why they flew the Black Democrat CBC, because nobody else would meet with whoever just said it. You know where I'm going. Thank you, Goldie. That's what they're concerned about right there. So that's why why did I bring up Antony Blinken? Do you know that Antony Blinken did more live meetings after October 7th with them than he did over the phone? Why is it that they are not doing more calls? He was using so much of our taxpayer money going there. And remember, Joe Biden refused to meet with them. Guess when Joe Biden first met with Netanyahu in I don't know how many years? After October 7th.
Come on. Come on.
You understand? 1 month before that, the Congressional Black Caucus met with him. They supposed to be talking about reparations, and them ninjas is over there twitching and twirling over there with them Zionist Israelis. I know y'all
over there twitching and twerking
with Israel.
With Israel. And sitting here completely ignoring what's going on.
That's my point. That's what my point is. That's why Dr. King, remember people hated him when he started talking about Vietnam. Dr. King was still pushing for cutting the check before they killed him, right? He was not dogging Black Americans and saying no. He doubled down on the tangibles. And what did he do? He connected that our resources was being drained. Where? For them wars. He started to connect dots that was so deep that the people that said, stay off of that.
And see, this is how they tripped us up for a long time, Vicky. Growing up, what did they always tell us? It's two things you don't talk about: religion and politics. That's what they drilled that in our head. It's two things you don't talk about: religion and politics.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And we moved that way for a long time.
Yeah.
And because of that, we did not engage in intelligent political conversations like what we're trying to have now. And because of that, it allowed all type of things to be going on with us politically, where we had absolutely no idea about. We wasn't talking to each other about it. And the same play was made with religion.
Exactly.
Because we weren't talking about religion, because you end up arguing. Because after all, we're so scared of healthy debate and healthy dialogue because we've been trained that we better agree with master, because if we don't, we're going to get whipped. So we don't even think to debate, to engage in healthy conversation, healthy debate. What does it mean to have a different frame of mind, a difference of opinion, a respected position? No.
Come on.
You got to think this way according to what they say. And it messed us up in religion.
Come on.
And it messed us up politically.
Money. And then listen, you started this related to your mama's property. You was fighting for tangibles. And this is where I'm confused is, where's all the folks at when you sit here talking about this is how they were snatching tangibles? What really gives us power, what gives us really, I ain't never gonna apologize for saying money. I ain't never gonna apologize for showing me the results. I'm gonna be about that. And guess what? I'm gonna use my spirituality for that. My sister, I want you to quickly talk about real quick. Tell us about why Trump is talking about, in your opinion, your belief, why Trump is using Black people. And is there a difference between maybe you and your activism and how you're moving related to issues with Black Americans and maybe perhaps other folks? And is he conflating it? Is there some other agenda? Or are there people and energies out there that's trying to use us for their own agenda exclusively to our detriment, while at the same time they're still planning on targeting us for certain things like the invasion of certain Black cities and conclaves so that they can militarize us in the long run? Talk to us about that.
Well, you already know it is. Look, Trump been wanting to come into Chicago for a minute. This issue about crime and Daley brought the National Guard into Chicago years ago when those black kids kept turning on the fire hydrants.
Y'all listen.
When it would be hot back in the what was that, in the 60s, in the late 60s, and when the police came and turned them back off, and then the black kids turned them back on, and then the police came back, and there was a ruckus between the police and the black neighborhood back then. Daley called in the National Guard. Wow. So this thing of calling in the National Guard, calling the police, calling it, that's the way, quote unquote, typically we're handled. So we're not going to act like Trump invented that. Right. But we do know Trump been trying to get into Chicago for a minute.
Talk to us, sis.
Okay. Remember, Lori Lightfoot wouldn't let him in.
Come on.
Remember?
He was on my list because she didn't do nothing.
She wouldn't let him in.
Come on.
Okay. Now. So this thing of him wanting to get into Chicago, that's been way before a red hat and a red t-shirt. Be crystal clear on that. That was based on whatever reason he wanted to come into Chicago.
And Emmanuel, I want extra. I want y'all to see how it was the Democrats that dogged us and put all these people in place. Wasn't it under the Democrats when black folks were getting shot down in Chicago that was sabotaging cases?
Yeah, that what's it, Ron Emanuel? That's how they covered up that
Obama's chief of staff that was dogging us. I be confused when people be trying to act like y'all it really counts.
The list is this long.
Yes.
Okay, and so that whole concept. But now, what you seeing with Trump?
Yes.
Saying it's African American women who want me to come in. Yes. It's the same thing that the border czar Tom Holman did. Remember when he did his speech and he said Chicago gonna be ground zero because he got the black community that want him to come in and deal with that. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, he gonna say black people because black people paved the way for anything. Exactly. It's got to be okay with black people before anything takes root to be okay with everybody else. Black people got to say it's racist, or black people got to say it's not racist. Black people got to say that's what we're quote unquote used for.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, the reason why I believe he narrows it on down to these black women is because, come on now, the Democratic Party's claim to fame is what? The black woman is the backbone of the Democratic Party.
Exactly.
The black woman is the backbone of the Democratic Party. So now if Trump can say that he got black women that's saying they want him to come in. Look at that dig to the Democratic Party. That your own backbone is asking for us to do this.
Yes.
Oh, it's all a ploy. Let me tell you real quick about the Chicago Tribune. Chicago, and it's to your point. Yesterday, an Asian journalist named Alice Yin texted me and asked me if I would agree to doing an interview. I said, okay, now I know who she is because she was down there in DC when I was down there for the congressional hearing. And that's when I first met her. Now, little did I know that she was connected to this reporter. Come on, I'm tell you just how crooked they are.
Talk to us.
I don't know if they more crooked or if they more silly. Okay? A lady that worked for her was staged to be behind me so that when another lady from Chicago, P. Ray, that's from the West Side, one of Brandon Johnson's people.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Say it again. Wonder who the
Brandon Johnson's people from the West Side.
Oh, okay.
Because see, you got to think, for Black Chicago South Side and Black Chicago West Side to have come together as one to deal with this thing of illegal immigration. That in and of itself was historical in Chicago. Exactly. The South Side don't fool with the West Side. The West Side don't fool with the South Side. It's been that way since forever. The South Side and the West Side, Black is rivals of rivals.
Come on.
Been that way since forever.
Yes.
So when Brandon Johnson saw that the West Side and the South Side was coming together
Y'all
in
listen.
the name of get these illegals out of our neighborhood, stay in Chicago. We talking about Chicago now. We ain't talking about the West Side, the
Come
South
on.
Side. We ain't talking about if you Democrat, Republican,
Y'all
if
better
you
listen.
male, female, straight, gay, tall, short.
Y'all
No,
better
no, no,
listen.
no. We was crystal clear. We talking about Chicago.
Y'all better listen.
And when Brandon Johnson saw us moving like that,
Come on.
Tyler Truss was the first one to bring it up. And when she started talking about, she had voters' remorse because she had voted for Brandon Johnson. And she was from the South Side. But at the same time, Natasha Dunn and Tyrone Muhammad and them was dealing with the South Shore High School and the immigrants getting in there. Come on. Tyler came from the West Side, husband to Johnson and them.
Of his footage for some
Come on, you remember that? Came over to the South Side. Come on. And then me and Doris, who they call Mama Doris.
Come on.
We got in my car. Once I started talking about that Southwest Invest money.
Wow.
Money that was supposed to be earmarked for economic development for the South Side and economic development for the West Side.
To assist.
And I started talking about where's our money?
Come on.
You getting all this for these illegals, give us our money.
Right.
So it dawned on me that I'm talking about the West Side, but I don't know no West Side. So me
I love you.
and Doris get in the car and we go to this meeting that was on the West Side. And that's how we connected with Kyla. That's how we connected with Yali, Mark Carter, Jamal Green, all them. And they was Democrats, but we was black.
We was black. Come on.
We was black, and we cared about Chicago.
Come on now.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, when Brandon Johnson saw that happening and saw for real, it was happening.
For real, for real.
Yes. Next thing you know, people from the West Side, P. Ray and them, just started this agitation with Chicago Flips Red. They were Chicago Red. Zoe came up with Chicago Flips Red.
Okay.
And so they straight up just started this agitation. It was like unbelievable. And it literally put a sledgehammer to all that work that had been being done.
Wow.
But what was crazy is I go to that congressional thing because I'm going back to the Tribune lady. And P. Ray picks this argument with me because Brandon Johnson comes into the room, comes into the hearing. We all sitting in there. He comes in. I'm sitting here. She's sitting here. We're sitting right next to each other.
Y'all listen.
She's supposed to be there for Donald Trump, MAGA. She got on the MAGA hat. She gonna leave and go to a Fox interview for Donald Trump.
Right.
In support of Donald Trump.
Wow.
But Brandon Johnson come in, and because they from the West Side, she shouts out to Brandon Johnson. He comes in, West Side. Now you know if you next to somebody from the South Side, you know what it is. So I say, South Side, Chicago Flips Red. Oh, she don't start that in here. You ain't nobody's mother.
Oh Lord, this breaking news. This breaking news.
Little did I know she had put this plant. Because after all, she good with Brandon Johnson. She's kin to Congressman Danny Davis.
Y'all hear this
Had put this plant here to record this argument that she done started with me. I had no idea. So at break time, I stand up to take a break, and I see this, what is it, Alice Yin. I didn't know her name at that time, but she stops me.
Okay.
Right, for the Chicago Tribune. So she stops me, asks me who I am, asks me why I was there. And I said, because I'm here in support of the Republican Party to get Brandon Johnson. Oh, okay. And then I go out in the hallway. And that's when I see Danny and Zoe in the hallway because they were in another part of the building. So I'm standing there talking to Danny, and the Alice Yen walks up to me and Danny and start asking Danny who she is and how did she get in. So I tell Danny, you know what? Let me go on back in here, because they were calling my room back in.
Okay.
And so, all right, I'll see you later. And I leave.
Okay.
Leave out of there, get back to the hotel and stuff that evening. Me, Dave, and Afro Elite, because we went to DC together.
Okay.
And Dave and Afro Elite, Miss Jessica, look at what's on the internet. Look what's on the internet. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It was the recorded argument. All on the internet. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? Come to find out, that lady who was sitting behind me taping the argument was some type of assistant and worker with this Alice Yen from the Tribune. Come on.
Okay.
Zoe, who had issues with the little plant before, because the little plant used to come in City Hall when we would be at the public speaking mic. And whenever we would be talking about Black people issues, the little plant used to put on the internet that we were being racist, that we were making racist comments and stuff like that. So Zoe will always clown her, saying, there go racist Mariah. Racist Mariah. She would always do that.
Okay.
I never knew exactly who she was talking about, but I remember her always saying, racist Mariah.
Okay.
Racist Mariah. So when that happened, Zoe, either she told me directly or she told Danny that that's who that was. I'm like, what? So Zoe gives that Alice Yen my phone number to quote unquote, I guess, try to straighten it out, because you didn't put this all on the internet. I didn't know you was no spy.
Wow.
So when this Alice Yen calls me, this is back in March 8th, and I'm getting at her like, that's a plant. That was a private conversation, but she tries to smooth it over. Well, it was in public. It was in public. So if it's in public, anything can go by the public. Anything can be published to the public. Oh, okay. Okay, you have no integrity. That's what that is. Well, when you believe yesterday, since this Trump thing that came out about the women with the red hats and stuff,
Black women.
do I have to tell you yesterday, the same Alice Yen text me talking about, hello, Jessica, this is Alice Yen. Would you be willing to meet with me for an interview and to do a photo? So I say, okay, when? Then she come back between 10:30 and 2. Would it be okay? Do you want to do it with Zoe Lee and Danielle Carter?
Oh, Lord.
So then I say, no, she said, or are you still affiliated with them or no? So I said, that's an organization. I'm not a part of the organization. You can have an interview with me and you can do a photo with me, and that's fine. Okay, well, where do you want to meet? We can talk at noon, and where do you want to meet? I text her. We can meet at 1 o'clock over at this restaurant in Hyde Park. Okay, good. Few minutes later, maybe 30 minutes later, maybe, she texts me back and tell me her and her photographer got a schedule clause.
It wasn't a conflict.
It was a conflict.
Come on. Oh, okay.
It was a conflict. It was a scheduling conflict.
Yeah, that's a
and a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
And that she could talk to me after 3.
About the schedules, yeah. While she do that.
Yeah, after 3, the interview, whatever. So I say, yeah, okay. But I told you, I still want an original by myself. Yes. No photo with the group. I'm not a part of that. I want to interview by myself.
Come on.
But if you want to talk about it at 3, we can. I think I'm going to hold off on the 3 o'clock. Wow. But thank you. I said, okay, because I told you the terms upon which I would be willing to interview. Yes, do I have to tell you this morning? My attorney who's helping me in this matter.
Which morning?
This morning. early this morning.
Now, for this interview, I didn't know none of this. I'm the one that that had my contact reach you for this interview because I was led to do, but I didn't know all this. I didn't know about all of the international. I didn't know about.
So then this morning, my attorney, John Heiderscheid, who's nothing but a godsend, and we'll talk about that another time too, because he's nothing but a godsend.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
White boy Republican.
Come on.
Who just kept hearing me talk about my case.
Yes.
And then one day, just, you know what? I'm sick of this.
Come on.
How can I help you?
Come on.
And starting in December, he's been helping me with my case ever since, and we're doing very well.
Come on now.
But back to this. So this morning, after making it clear to this Alice Yen.
Yes, Miss Yen.
The terms of my interview and photo. Do you know? And she tell me, no, we'll reschedule. And do you know this morning, my attorney sends me the front page of the Chicago Tribune.
What is the front page?
Do you know that?
What's the front page? What's the front page?
The front page, she got me on there. I think that's with Danny, with Chicago Flip Red, with stuff.
Okay. We let me tell y'all something. I bring on people to get the details because I be trying to keep up with the details. See, people be thinking, I tell you, I know stuff I don't know. I just move by spirit, and then the stuff just break. It don't be little stuff. It be outrageous stuff.
Outrageous stuff. Outrageous stuff. Wait a minute. Let me get this.
News? Please finish.
The front page. The front page. The front page.
Y'all ain't
so.
Listening. Y'all ain't listening.
I text her.
You ain't
listening. No, first I call. You know she don't pick up the phone. And I leave a message on her phone that I told you I didn't want to be in no group photo. I told you that I didn't want to do no group interview. I told you that. But you're going to go behind my back.
I need that paper.
And you're going to print this anyway?
I need that paper.
So then, I'm going to send it to you. So then I text her. I texted her and told her the same thing. You are a journalist of no integrity.
No integrity.
Just no integrity. Just like you sat. You had that plant. Sit there. Now, this. I said that to say this, Vicky. This is how cocky and arrogant these people are.
Come on now.
That even when you tell them how you want to be presented, how you want to be made to be seen, they say, no, you're going to be how we say you're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this woman because the Asians have a hate crime bill.
Talk.
And they have a hate crime bill because they say black people was picking on them during COVID.
That's what they said during COVID.
That's what they said. That black people was picking on them during COVID.
They made us the face of it.
They made us the face of it. So how about we make her the face of Asian crime against black people? How about that? How about that? How about that? How about we make her the face of Asians people attacking black people in the media?
Come on.
How about we make her the face of
Come on.
Asian on black crime?
Come on now. Come on
it's
now.
It's wrong to use me when I told you not to.
Come on.
And
now.
then she got the audacity that after I text her about it this morning, gonna text me, well, it's a picture of you in public. And if you're in public, you can be in a public paper and did it. Okay. So look, how about we do this? Her name is Alice Yen.
Yeah.
Google her. Everybody see how she looks. And if she in the grocery store, film her.
Come on now.
If she's talking to her little kid, if she got one, film her. If she's going to eat out to dinner with a quote unquote boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever she might be into, film her. If she's going to try on some shoes at Macy's, film her. Make her understand.
It's not her either.
Film her. Film her. There she is. Film her. Film her. Since she thinks that just because you in public, she can invade your space. Film her. Just because she say this is how she and the Chicago Tribune want to present this story about Trump and black women or Chicago flips red. That's what she say she want. So doggone, my Negro self better sit back and take it. The devil is a lie. Watch me handle her.
Come on now. Come on now.
She's a journalist that lacks integrity. Chicago Tribune needs to deal with her before she catch y'all some type of lawsuit.
Come on now.
She's reckless. And as far as I'm concerned, she's a racist.
Come on now.
Because she would never put in an article if an Asian told her not to do it. She wouldn't do it. We know doggone well if a white man told her, a white woman told her not to do it, she'll pull that pen and paper back so fast, it'll make your head swim. But because I'm black and because Chicago Flip Red is black, she figures she can handle us any way she want to.
That's
it.
Wow.
That's it. Now, let me tell you how low down she is.
Wow.
That's the picture, but watch this. Do either me, because I think that's Danny.
Okay.
Do me or Danny have on a red Trump hat? Nope. Nope.
But who got it on though?
Come on.
But who
got it on though?
Wow.
So I wanted to get that out there. Yeah, I wanted to get that out there. How they use us. I could have told this same Asian woman, take this story about how they stealing our property.
Come on.
I bet you she wouldn't have bogarted her way to print that.
Exactly. Wow.
I could have told that same woman, let's talk about the stats of incarceration.
Come on now.
I bet she wouldn't have broke to print that. Let's talk about how these Asian gangs are notorious.
Come on now, notorious.
They're notorious.
Wow.
I bet you she ain't gonna break the neck to print that.
Come on, sis. Wow.
This is how little regard that society has for black people. Wow. This is why, even when it comes to the Republican. So when they talk about us going for the other side, they don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
What has put me in a different place with the Republicans, which is why I wanted to be in an interview on my own to talk about it, like you afforded me the pleasure to do it today. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Our privilege.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our privilege.
It's because I wanted to make it clear that my experience with the Republican Party, I'm going to be honest with you, it has been very disappointing.
Yes, ma'am.
As long as you're talking about illegal immigrants and this and that, they're public, they'll talk to you about that, they'll meet with you about that, but they just like the Democrats.
Yep.
As soon as you start talking about black issues, the Republicans, they want to hit you with we all Americans and we all patriots and we all Americans. That's the way they want to handle us.
That's right.
Or they want to hit us with the Christianity.
Right.
That we all Christians and every last one of them.
Come on.
Every last one of them. But then when you start talking about our issues, here it go to the back burner.
Yeah.
Here we go to the back burner. Here we go. Well, we're not here to talk about that. I met with this one Republican group, this dude, Rob Cruz, right? And the only purpose he served, again, was to put a sledgehammer to the group.
Yes.
I kept telling them over and over and over again.
Yes.
As much as we glorify the 60s and the civil rights movement and all those groups, please be mindful that every last one of them groups got infiltrated.
Exactly.
Every last one of them. Every last one of them got infiltrated.
Yes.
These people be out to stop the progress that we make, and they do it several ways. Infiltrating our groups, or they burn down towns. They make these bad mortgage programs. They do mass incarceration. They do a lot of things to stunt our growth. But we have to step out of that lane of, I know. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. And start calling them on these people. Start filing cases on these people. Fight litigation against these people.
Come on.
Do it to the Democrats and do it to the Republicans.
Come on now.
Do it to the federal government that uses us as a pawn for everything they do. From the Civil War on down. The North against the South in that fight was not about them loving us.
That's a fact.
It was about them saving their economy.
Exactly.
This illegals and non-illegals ain't about us.
Indeed.
This is their junk. Because immigration, be it legal or illegal, has been a weapon used against Black America ever since emancipation.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. The fact that Biden opened up the border and just let droves of illegals over here, that's a different talk show. That took this craziness to another level. But the issue of immigration and the effect of it on the Black community in terms of affecting us economically, it's been the play for a long time. America has a group of people called Black Americans.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
That they straight up really don't know what to do with.
Come on.
Ever since we got quote unquote emancipated.
Come on.
What we gonna do with them?
Come on now.
What we gonna do with them?
Come on. That's a fact.
They can't send us back.
Come on.
They can't send us back. Because America ain't gonna make no money without Black people. Come on. We got
now
we can sit here if we want to and think that it's just about labor.
Come on.
Girl, please. America put money, Black people put money in America's pocket way more than labor. See, this is why we can't afford to let the Republican Party or the Democrats or these weak Black-minded people tell us that reparations is just about slavery.
Come on now.
Stop giving them that out.
Come on.
That it was so long ago.
No,
it was so that stop giving them that out. Please, it's been since then all the way to now. What's the evidence of it? My case.
Come on. Well,
that's happening to me right now. Not in 1800.
Come on.
Not in 1723. That's in 2025. They are stealing from Black people systematically right now. And to sit up here and get them to pat out that this is just about slavery.
Come on.
We doing that to ourselves because we don't want to admit what we're dealing with today. Today, we're being oppressed. Today, these things are systematic. And I'm not going to be so Republican-minded like some of these Black Republicans that you see, that in order for them to feel like they could be a part of the Republican Party, you got to act like systematic racism don't exist.
Come on, sis.
I'm not going. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be your mouthpiece. You're not going to use me just to keep talking about illegal immigration when illegal immigration is one of many.
Let me hit the
other problems we got. What about our schools?
Put them hammers down for our sisters.
Many. And you think you just going to get us stuck in it when half the people that's telling you to do it, they immigrants.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They immigrants. And now they don't want to talk against their own communities. So they ain't gonna get you. For you to talk about it.
That's right.
So they can stay safe. With their people. And then use you.
That's right.
To be the one to say it ain't right. Illegals, this ain't right. Donald Trump, come in here. And come in here. But come in here to take care of the business of the citizens of Chicago. And that's the Black ones, the white ones, the Asian ones, the Hindu ones, the Come in, don't stop in one spot. Everybody want to say, Trump, you a racist? Everybody want to call you a racist.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I don't believe he is, because I grew up knowing Trump, and I'm saying out of my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
Black people was not running around calling him no racist.
Mm. Mm.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. Because we've seen him do with the Black community. And that's the reason why, after he ran the second time, they started this thing about calling him a racist. Because Donald Trump is the only presidential candidate that Black people ever knew anything about. Mm-hmm. We didn't know nothing about Clinton. We ain't know nothing about Reagan.
Yeah.
We ain't know nothing about Carter and Nixon and Bush and all them. We ain't know nothing about them people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But we knew who Donald Trump was by way of him being in rap songs, by way of us seeing him back in the day come down the Soul Train line, by him putting Jennifer Hudson's family in Trump Towers when her family got shot up. Remember when he stood by Mike Tyson, when he was with Michael Jackson coming in and out of court? These are things that he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. All of us grew up watching The Apprentice and was coming to school the next day. You're fired. You know, come on. So he was a familiar candidate to Black people. Yeah. You understand? So the Democrats' biggest fear is that we would roll with him because we knew him. Come on. Yeah. So they painted him as this racist and all, because the Democrats know you mention the word racist to Black people, we off and running. We off and running. We off and running. And that's what they did. Yeah. So now, Donald Trump, I'm going to implore you. That's how they say, look into the camera. I'm gonna implore you, prove you ain't racist, Donald Trump. Prove you ain't racist. Yeah. If you come get them Black bangers or whatever, prove you ain't racist. Go get them white judges. Yeah. Go get them white politicians. Go get them white judges. Yeah. Go get them white public administrators. Come on. Come on. Come on. Because that's an easy fix. Yeah. That's an easy fix. Yeah. Fix. Go get them corrupt judges. Yeah. Because here's the truth. It doesn't matter how many arrests are made. Yeah. If when inmates or suspects rather get to court and the judges are corrupt, or the judges give wrong sentences, or judge, you understand what I'm saying?
Trump knows that, because remember, that's why he went after some of them when he was in office for a minute.
Yes.
His own corporate and political.
Right.
And of course,
it's up to us. Look, Vicky, it's up to us to not let him, quote unquote, just play us for a mugshot on a t-shirt.
Exactly.
That's up to us. If he has said that he knows that these courts are corrupt, yeah, because of what he claims he went through with the court. Exactly. Then why would we not hold his feet to the fire? Right. About them fix these courts then, Trump? Right. Why sit up here and just be satisfied because we got his mugshot on a t-shirt and let him brag about how Black people selling them for $19.99? Yeah, yeah. Address what that really means. That's right. That's right. If we got him saying that the 14th Amendment was for Black enslaved people. Come on. Why would we not hold his feet to the fire about that? If you know that it's the Black plight, yeah, that you can use from way back then. That's how come when people say reparations is way back then, that's how you know that argument makes no sense. Because if you can use the laws from back then, then how come you cannot use the issue of back then? You see what I'm saying? So now here's Donald Trump saying that it's the 14th Amendment, it's ours, it's us, it's based on Black people. Why? Why would we be somewhere talking about, well, he racist, instead of building on holding his feet to the fire that he's recognized that we what's up. Yeah. We what's up. Yeah. Yeah. Now you using our plight to protect this country from illegals. You done been all to the Supreme Court. fighting about what the 14th Amendment means, who it was for, and the only takeaway we gonna do as a people is still sit here talking about he racist. Yeah. He racist. Why not build on that?
That's right. That's right. But and my thing is, I do believe Trump is racist. I think he like all the other white people that's like him.
I believe all of them are, Vicky.
Right. But my thing is, there's something the matter with Black Democrats and a lot of our people to this day when they get more animated about him as if he's more racist or worse than the Bidens who are responsible for destroying the latest 2, 3 generations of Black folks through him actually signing the law, constructing the law rather, and being the mastermind behind the 94 crime bill, knowing that he and Bill Clinton was behind it. Of course, we know that Nixon played a role before them, but they're the one that codified it into law. And how did Clinton come into power? Clinton decided that he was going to be even more racist than the Republicans when he got in there. So he fooled you. Went on Arsenio Hall, said that he smoked
playing the saxophone,
and saying that he didn't inhale, and that resonated with a certain group of Black folks because we said he's a nice racist. He nice with it, and so we went for that. So I see them all the same, and either one of them is going to use us. But that's the thing, we can't say, but we're trading Trump saying he's the worst of the worst for the other. We're saying don't go for him so we can still go for the other races. But when we look at the bottom line for us is we're not getting anything. And to me, what makes the Democrats worse is we've been giving them our vote for the past 50, 60 almost years, and they played in our face. And watch this, Obama, during his debate,
Obama
on the debate stage, all the Democrats, he said he's against reparations when he was explicitly asked. Hillary said she was against it. The only one that Joe Biden was against it. He was on that stage too, and some others. The only one that said that was for it was a little white man named Dennis Kucinich, who didn't end up winning. And he said, in so many words, you can't be all moral and this and the third and repair the breach. I think he uses something similar to that when you do not make Black folks whole with reparations. These are that say they're not for us. We know what Kamala said when she was running. What did she say?
Come
she
on.
Was explicitly asked specifically for reparations for Black folks. She said she's not going to do nothing for just Black people.
No.
Right. But we find a way. What gets me is we keep finding a way to justify and to normalize that. And what makes her even worse, we knew what her role was when she was prosecutor. We knew her role when she was attorney general. And we know that it took a conservative in the Supreme Court to join the other liberal Supreme Court. He wrote the majority while Kamala was attorney general, y'all, in California. She was ordered by the courts to release Black prisoners because they was too full. Guess what was happening in the prisons? They were dying. The conditions were so horrific in California. They never do that when they demand that prisoners be released. And overwhelming agencies and courts and judges and other legal experts said that the folks that they were saying to be released, which was several thousand, had almost zero chance of recidivism. That means return back to prison and was no threat. They assessed to society. Kamala fought to keep Black folks in prison. But we're hearing about ICE detention facilities. And y'all voted for a woman that believed in disproportionately keeping your very Black behind bars. And it took even a conservative on the Supreme Court. And it was so bad that they almost held her in contempt of court. Why do you ninjas act like that doesn't even matter? And you don't know nothing about that. This is why you have to understand at the end of the day, when we see y'all don't say nothing about that or you don't move.
That's the issue.
That's what makes folks go 1,000 times more in the Trump direction to hold the Democrats accountable. And this is what gets me every time. I know MSNBC folks, The View folks, CNN folks, White House officials that are upset about Vicky Dillard. Have they brought me on to debate them in a public place? But how do they bring on illegals on those high-level platforms, my sister, when they're not even citizens? They violate the law to get here and give them a platform and a voice to speak.
Come on.
The moment they find a Black person that's really about that life and say, no, I want you to deliver, not just for my forward no more, not give me no crumbs and not give me no little raggedy journalist position on your little raggedy network that's failing, they will not give voice to us and, in fact, work hard to attack us. It was Joy Reid in 2019 that put up a chart specifically that said FBA on it, as well as some other groups, including ADOS, and that anybody that was asking for reparations, they put us on the, she brought on the guest, attacking us as a problem for the Democrat Party. When you act like that doesn't mean anything, and when
That's
you
the
don't
issue.
hold them equally accountable, we're looking at you like something is really, really
wrong.
And when
it is.
And it is. And it was the Joy Reids, my sister. It was the Don Lemons that gave the White House to go ahead to come down real hard on us during COVID to start doing mandatory things. That was when Don Lemon and them, they was talking about us like a dog, but it was them that the Biden administration got behind to say they're giving us the go ahead. They be in the public voice to say something serious got to be done to our own people. That's why I brought up Marion Bowser, the current DC mayor, who was in our face wagging her finger because we refused to let them give us shots without giving us any evidence actually affected. We showed you took our houses from us. You took cars. People were losing jobs. You shut down business.
People lost jobs.
Jobs, houses, cars,
businesses. Couldn't see their loved ones in nursing homes.
That was you all that did that. And now, because we brought in experts, that's why I did my stuff offline. And we was questioning it. And you guys admit that the stuff that you told us in the beginning that wouldn't transfer to other people if you got the shots, you said, then y'all came up with 2 shots, then 3 shots, and these boosters.
Yeah, boosters.
Everything. It was Black women that was disproportionately coming forward saying, well, my cycle is off since I took this. My period is not regulating like it's supposed to be. I'm having this issue. Joy Reid and the rest of them mocked them. They actually mocked us doing research on COVID. Did you know that? They actually their platforms mocking us because they say they're doing their own research. They laugh at us. And so this is what makes you particularly diabolical, in the fact that you can't admit that, and the fact that in any other sickness, any other disease, right? They'll say that you're intelligent for getting a secondary opinion or a tertiary opinion, right? They'll tell you you're intelligent for getting that checked out. But the moment you COVID, the moment you question those shots, the moment you said, I want somebody else to look into this, that's when they started dogging us to force that throat, only to find out that you guys were liars. I had military folks. I was breaking news on my little show left and right because I was giving a memo from people that was actually in the military that leaked information. Guess who won lawsuits now? Guess who had to retract what they did to military folks? The U.S. government, forcing them to do certain things. And the military end up winning their case not too long ago right now. People that was in traditional medicine, not alternative medicine, that was objective. They done got their jobs back now. But that was during the time y'all was shoving this down our throat, weren't they? Y'all doing the same thing. And who was pushing all that? Disproportionately, it was the Democrats. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, we're getting ready to go, family. Y'all sign up for my webinar. It's very low cost. The link is in the chat. September 15th. Don't miss. I'm gonna be talking about why Trump is really behind, what Trump is doing behind him on this domestic war against Black folks militarizing this city. I'm gonna tell you the details. There's more than what we're able to talk about right now. Sister Jessica and I are gonna meet in person in Chicago. Family. This coming year, I'm doing another Black Town Hall there, inshallah. We got some other things we're going to be doing. You got to do our civil case stuff. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, you got to talk about those civil cases, because that's how the economic harm is done. They have us looking at, criminal court, when the reality is the majority of Black people do not go to criminal court, just like the majority of Americans don't go to criminal court. But everybody, for one reason or the other, could very well end up in civil court. You got traffic court, divorce court, bankruptcy court, probate court. You see what I'm saying? Guardianship court. You name it. It's going through civil courts. So if they can get you to not look at the injustices in civil court, where civil court is how they can take your real estate. Civil court, that's economic harm. Civil court is where they can make you pay money that you don't owe. That's civil court. Civil court is to where they can keep damages from you that you entitled to.
Come on now.
That's economic harm. And as long as they can keep us looking in this direction instead of both directions.
That's right.
We look in both directions. It's the same play. Keep looking at the Democrats, but don't look at the Republicans. No, look in both directions.
That's right.
You know, Black people running around here talking about, well, Trump don't like Black people. Trump don't. Okay, All right. Can you please, in the chat, please name us presidents that did like black people.
Let me hit the gavel on that.
Put it in the chat. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Put
ma'am.
it in the chat. Put it in the chat. The presidents that did like black people.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying to figure out, why is this so important to us that white folks be our cheerleader? Rah, 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 rah. Exactly. Why we don't understand that we supposed to be our own cheerleader? And we supposed to be the ones that encourage us. We push ourselves forward.
That's right.
We all tripped up because white folks say somewhere saying, black people, rah, rah, rah. When has that ever been? That's what you wait on?
Exactly. And watch this.
Come on, put it in the chat. For all these, what you call them, ninjas. Who just want to keep on talking about how Trump don't like black people. Yeah. He don't like it. Please, I'm begging you. Put it in the chat.
They don't
Any president that liked black people.
Now, let me tell you something. This is important, y'all. The civil stuff she and I have been talking about, this has to do with the tangibles you claim you won't. Of course,
with the tangibles you claim you won't.
Yes, the reparations, yes. But this is still a part, y'all, of the notion of tangibles. When we don't get onto this stuff, when you don't want to do the heavy lifting of thinking. And if you don't want to do the thinking, okay, support people like us. Our sister is telling you the name of Congress folks, city council folks, clerk folks, judges, and all this. When I got into the weed of things, when I was doing my civil stuff here and all this kind of stuff, and little did I know what Spirit was using me to do before the official recession that took place 2007, 2008, I had no idea, but look at the catastrophic effect that it had on so many lives and disproportionately black folks.
And so many lives.
More wealth, more housing during that time than anybody else. Now watch this. Who are the real gangsters? Wall Street were the criminals. So I don't want to even hear them talking about locking up none of our people for nothing, because when I did the research on it and when I found out people that I knew that was directly involved in, when I finally understood different parts, and it's still mind-boggling, you will say to yourself, what in the hell is really going on? And what did Obama do? He let the real gangsters off, didn't he? He bailed
out the banks and the airlines. He bailed out the banks and the airlines. And Kamala Harris was the attorney general. She didn't lock up none of them bankers.
Exactly. And let me tell y'all something. When I was doing some of my civil work and I was down one of the meetings, one of my family members told me they're going to have a meeting about the foreclosures. And they say, I don't know all what you're doing. I just know you be in the court standing up by yourself, not even knowing all of what you're doing. I heard some people was complaining they having a meeting at this political place. I went down there. It was packed out, standing room only. They got to me, shook everybody. Do you know they flew me to 4 different places in that 1 year, paid for everything to be a voice just based off of what I said? I didn't know nothing about that group or that company, but just based on what I said, I capitalized a lot of what they stood for, and they paid for me to go there. And it was a national organization that was connected to that was called the New Bottom Line. I went to Washington, D.C. and spoke in one of the breakout sessions, and guess who the main headliner was there? Van Jones. That's where I first met him in person.
Van Jones.
And so that was the case. I went twice to Chicago and then one time to Seattle. When I was in Chicago, one of those times, guess who I was confronting? Guess who switched up the entire meeting to give this stranger by the name of Vicky Dillard a position to confront several of the state's attorneys generals that was there to negotiate that multi-billion-dollar deal that they made with them, with Wall Street, to bail them out. They changed so that I could speak to them, and I got the receipts and the pictures. I was a nobody, and it happened overnight, literally. And I had nothing to do with any of that kind of stuff. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't know what I was on to. I was just a voice based on my spiritual guidance. And it penetrated so much, it put me in those unique positions. And I was able to say, do something, but it was also a major threat. Because they know you get involved in the issues that you say, what they got to do with us, they know this is a fool, and they ain't never going to be a real threat to us because they're not going to access our dummy. That's what they say. They're going to keep you in a circle. And if you go beyond just immigrations, if you go just beyond life, they know they got you. It doesn't mean to ignore those issues, but it's when you start to be more expansive and connect more of the dots, and you start to call out that's when you're going to find out where the real leaks are. Connect to me, somebody. I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to go. Don't forget, please. In addition to the investigations that was already going on, with y'all's Mayor Brandon there and his dirty stuff that he's involved in, don't forget there's a whole lot of this going on. What happened in California, real quick? I'm using it as an example. The Black folks on the ground there, Black Americans, they made it happen to where even the Black legislators were able to get solid enough legislation to the point, the bill, to where it was time for them to get it on the floor to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Right before the election, who screwed them over? The Black Legislative Caucus in California.
Sure did. Did.
What did they do? They sabotaged the bill right before the election. They came out publicly and told the whole world that the white liberal governor Newsom threatened him. Guess what we found out, my sister? I did a broadcast African diaspora. So those that keep saying Vic ain't really doing broadcasts, yes, I am. Those African diaspora news, I'm gonna be doing more stuff here, and I got an announcement coming up because by fall I'm going to be on some other alternative media platforms that they said they want Dilla in her fullness. We don't want nobody to censor us. They said that they gonna. One of the guys there was in the business with some other top folks. I'm not gonna say his name or who he was with.
Right.
When he saw me, he all about that Vicky Dilla life, and he said he wanted to use his skill in this older age of his life to do what he can to put my voice out there just the way that I am. Watch this, so they can't stop me. Watch this, little bit by little bit. One broadcaster, that's my power. I never despise small beginnings. I never despise small beginnings, and that's my impact.
Yeah. That's very important.
Very important. Watch this. What happened?
Very important. Very important.
California, the Black legislators are the one that sabotaged the bill, pulled it. They
Yeah.
the white man threatened them. But guess what we found out later? Even if that was the case, who cares? You are still the legislators. You're still supposed to be representing your Black constituents, and you screwed them over. You stabbed them in the back. You betrayed them. Guess what we found out? The top Black organizer on the ground there revealed, and this is what I did a broadcast on a couple months ago, the Black Legislative Caucus there sent him a private letter asking for some of the previous set-aside reparations money that was supposed to have been set up for the administrative part. They privately sent Gavin Newsom a letter asking him to direct those monies to their particular groups. Did you hear what I said right there?
Come on.
I don't want to hear nothing from you all that's sitting there talking about Democrat, and it's the Black Democrats.
I don't want to hear nothing
Why
from
do you think I talked about the Congressional Black Caucus flew their hips to Israel to meet with Netanyahu a month before October 7th, even when the lily white Democrats would even meet with him? They're the ones that's betraying us, and they are part of the overwhelmingly the Democrat Party. That's what I don't want you to forget. So when you're missing my
that's the issue.
When you're not keeping up with what I'm doing, when you're wondering, no, you're supposed to support regardless. That's how you strengthen our collective Black voice when you are tapping into everything that I'm doing, because I'm going to connect not one way or another. That's what you got to understand. So this is where we are, y'all. I want you all to understand that this is the folks that we got to hold accountable. And I want you to know that people like our sister on this screen, when y'all see me go to Chicago like I did, and I was meeting with our dear sister, these are people that's in the room with the legislators and the decision makers. I was dealing with organizers that wrote a bill that other states can copy, that all the Congress, all the local council folks have to do is pass it, because folks like her are out there writing bills for they legislators to pass. These are the folks that's standing out there. The California Legislative Reparations Group out there, coalition that's fighting. They're your angels that's on the front lines, that's out there doing the work. I'm doing what I can here. And even in the middle of extraordinary health stuff, extraordinary tax, and then we got to sit there and listen to a ninja talk about your nails and your hair and you being country.
Come on. You better
get your ass. There's nothing you can say to me, newness. You didn't even know it was a fight to be fought until I told you. I can agree with you on 99% of things, and then I'll tell you one thing. Let's hold back on that. Oh, shit, it was us. Ninja, you didn't even know that was us until yesterday, fool. You were still getting your news at MSNBC and living by what they said.
And living.
I told you different.
By what they said, and living by what they said. That's why I'm so proud of Black media. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Precious.
It's not about whether you agree with everything a person say and not say, because who agrees with everything anybody says?
Nobody.
What you respect is that a person has their own mind.
Yes.
Their own mind, that a person knows to stand for what's right. A person knows not to buckle under pressure.
Come on. Come on.
You know, you doing a good job. It's Black media is doing a good job.
Thank you, Precious.
You seeing some Black intelligence out here.
Come on now.
You doing a good job. Afro Elite is doing a good job.
Yes.
Dewan B is doing a good job.
Yes.
Red Supreme TV and the brothers that come up on his panel, what?
Wow.
They doing a good job.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
some sisters out here and some brothers out here that's doing a good job. Y'all keep the information coming.
Yes.
Keep the information coming. Uncover these layers to this stuff.
Yes.
These 3-4 minutes that they're giving people to talk and to tell them what to talk about, 3-4 minutes of selected conversation. You can't let that guide you.
That's right.
You can't be so caught up in trying to be this and be that, that you sell out what's important. God will make the increase. He'll guide you to where you need to go. He'll put the people in your path.
Come on.
The attorney that I have, and I met him through this Republican stuff, but then I reconnected him through a Zoom call that I was on with Zoe one day. And this white boy, white man, I'm telling you, he's good people.
Yes.
The way and we're going to have him on your show one day. The way he break down that 13th, 14th, and 15th Reconstruction Amendments and why he knows and feels that those are the amendments that substantiate reparations and the fact that we have never been made whole, that America owes us economic development. They owe us our money.
Come on.
I'm watching him work for this case. I'm watching him every single time he gets an opportunity to argue this case.
Yeah.
He talks about the fact that my family is part of that great migration from the South.
Come on now.
That came to Chicago and other cities and made a good life for themselves, became productive citizens in society only for their children.
Come on.
To get to where they supposed to be and reap the benefits. And here comes a corrupt court system.
Come on, sis.
That's stealing generational wealth through these type of processes.
That's right. That's right.
That's good people.
That's good people.
You're not going to make me not let him work with me.
I know that's right.
Because he's white, because he's a Republican. When I went down to City Hall, for 2.5 years talking to that Mohawk who's sitting here trying to present himself like a fake David Banner.
Come on. Come on now.
Huh?
Come on now.
Who can rock the actual black thing right here and the gray beard, but he got a mind that's intelligent.
I love her.
And this nut.
Come on.
Gets on TV, says the most outlandish things.
Yeah.
With a complete reliance on
that
this Chicago, black people gonna side with him.
Come on.
Because this Chicago and we black. He has a complete reliance on this. All this about his what is it they saying? His approval rate is now from the 6%. Now all of a sudden it's 26%. So his approval rate all of a sudden went up, like crime all of a sudden went down.
Talk now, you come on now, and let me tell y'all something. This is so disgusting to me, especially when I see religious people, Christian people, and some of the Muslims. I thought y'all be tripping me out how much y'all be about that life with them devils in politics. But then if Vicky got something on, well, I think her shoulder shouldn't be out like that, so I'm not gonna like on her stuff. She bammed that gavel too hard right there. But meanwhile, you say it's the Lord that let you meet with the mayor that's screwing your people over and take a picture with you. And I see you out there supporting them, commenting. I see y'all retweeting their stuff. I see you quoting them and stuff, and then I see you giving your sister the middle finger, and then you wonder why we're in the condition that we're in. I want to say real quick, I was gonna do this in my course. Shout out to one of my moderators right now, Mr. Sharifa. Y'all get her book, Miss, she didn't know I was gonna do this. Y'all, please, sis, put your information in the chat real quick so I can put it up there so folks to know she's been down with your sister for years. She has supported me, not just with words, which is powerful enough, not just with repeat and post and all that, which is great. But she has supported me in more ways than I can even say, in real, tangible ways. She got her book out here. The very one that sit up here putting up my cash. If this lady right here, Miss Sharifa, put your information.
What is the name of the book? Because I can't see it clear.
Let me be still. Can y'all see it now? I'm gonna tell you the name, but let me show you y'all take a screenshot real quick. Everybody take a screenshot. I want everybody please to support our sister's powerful book. It is called The Black Goddess Resurrection. The Black Goddess Resurrection. Take a screenshot, everybody. The Black Goddess Resurrection. I'm asking her. I'm waiting for her. I don't see it yet, but I want you to put your book up. She has been a strong supporter of I had so many different things going up. She put the website, sis, up for me so I can pin it real quick before we go, because I'm gonna ask my sister to close us out here. Family, it is up to us to support each other. I got so much going on. I had too much that I can't even talk about right now, things that the public would never know that I've been dealing with, and it's all good. That's all I'm going to say. But it's up to us to support each other. My team is going to do, okay, he even put that so sweet. Brother Cool Keys, Black Goddess Resurrection. Yes, I want everybody to get it, but I want her to put how they can purchase it real quick, because before we go, I don't see it yet. While we're doing that, Sister Jessica, I want you to get ready to close this out. Y'all, whoever said breaking news over here, you're exactly right. Breaking news. Y'all know I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna be talking about, look, I'm gonna be talking about African diaspora. I'm gonna put it up on mine. One of your other videos we put up, that was at what, 700-some thousand. Another one was at 400,000 or 500,000 on Facebook. What? Yeah, on yours. The clip that I put up from you, because we chop them up. You know, look. I get the let me get the exclusive. Then I look. Then my team chop it up and then we put it everywhere else, baby.
Because I know how you gonna roll. Right, I know how you gonna roll. I got to give it to you.
Look, I
know how you gonna roll.
Yeah, come on now. That's her information. The Lulu.com shop for Miss Sharifa, y'all, for her book. Go to lulu.com and y'all look for The Black Goddess Resurrection. It looks like this. That's why I say everybody take a screenshot. That way you'll be sure to find it, okay? Thank you, Cool Keezy, for putting that up. Our sister deserves our support, her and so many others. But right now, this is who I want everybody to make sure that we support. Oh, she put it up here too now. I want everybody to take a screenshot, y'all. Instead of writing it down, don't worry, because I know we can miss stuff. Or look at my broadcast later, because it's going to be on there later. But I want you to take a screenshot so that you get the information right. I want us to support each other. I'm so very proud of my dear sister. So everybody make sure you do that, okay? But anyway, family, I want y'all to stay tuned, because I'm going to be making the announcement here when I go to Chicago. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I got my book coming out. My magazine is coming out. Some of y'all been buying the pre-sales. We're going to do direct sales soon, but I did a smaller amount for the pre-sales that's coming out, which is so good. I'm going to be also featured in the final call. They're going to be doing another thing. They've already done the interview, but I'm waiting for that one to come back out. Like I said, I'm on African diaspora, so I'm not going to just do one platform. Our power, what makes me, the strength is us being able to diversify the voices that we're on, and we want you to support us. That's why it's so important. Don't be getting on here saying stuff to us about the irrelevant stuff. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing like that. Just shut up. Cut the check for us, support, show up, be a physical body. When Sister Jessica at these meetings, when she tell you, let's look into this, let's go after this judge, let's go after this clerk, let's highlight this. That's the stuff you need to be focused on, not that other stuff. You ain't breakthrough if all you saying is, why she got that color on? But I didn't like the hair like that. You ain't breakthrough. Whisper that to yourself at night before you go to bed. Let that be your mantra.
Yeah.
Whisper to yourself at night, I'm a loser. Why did I say that out loud? You know that you ain't never going to do that on NBC
at all.
Keep that to yourself. If it's something that you don't like, you flip. We're talking about major issues that are important, and I do it my way. And you get to sit down and listen my way. You're not paying the bills like that. But you complain about voices that don't have time to support stuff that you do, but you are not doing what's necessary to make sure that those voices are sustained. I brought up Trump and the rest of them earlier. Y'all be tripping when you found out they gave how many millions? How many billions? They understand the issues they have to be what? Supported financially. You don't get to say one or the other.
Right.
You don't get to say one or the other, Ninja. You don't get to. You don't get to. It goes with it.
It goes with
and
it.
The issues that our sister talk about, she dealt with, and certainly the ones I've dealt with, with land, have to do with property, have to have resources, silly.
Yeah.
So that we can move around and do what needs to be done. We're entitled to that. And when you skip past that, like that don't mean nothing.
We're entitled to that.
We're entitled to that, silly. That's our inheritance. And I'm not going to apologize for nothing and nobody about it. I'm looking for that dollar. Put some dollars in the chat, the bank in the chat, a credit card in the chat. I wish somebody would. You're not supporting nothing. You're mad because people can pay their rent without struggle.
Come on.
Y'all online talking about scamming for a $29 course, weirdo. Nick, if I charge $29,000, what's it to you? You're not supporting nothing. You don't believe in that kind of support. But white folks, they'll do that for their own demonic agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They do it for their wicked agenda.
For their wicked agenda.
They'll put money up to keep you down.
Well,
they invest in your destruction. They'll spend their time, their corporate money, their access, and their big checks to make sure you don't make it.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
And you sitting up
Come
there,
on.
they's talking about this, and don't talk about no commercials. Niche, you better get you. You better get show. You better get show. You better get show. Thank our sisters so much. Please end it for us. We're going to definitely be seeing you in Chicago this year. Everybody stay tuned. I want to say this real quick. If y'all want to know about any and all the stuff that's coming out for me, the easiest thing I can say to do, go to my website at VickiPlanet.com, join the email list, or join my text list. Can somebody put my text phone number in the chat? 303-529-2572. That's the text list, 303-529-2572. Go to my website at VickiPlanet.com. Scroll to the end of the website. Put your email information. Why do we say that? Because that way, if I'm on another network, with my African diaspora, my team sending out links, you'll know about that. If I tell you this is the new platform I'm on, because remember I told you by fall, I'm working with the alternative media group that's going to start seeding out one show of mine at a time. Don't you want to know where that's going to be at? That's how you'll learn. When my book is released and launched, the way you're going to know the official date for that is if you're on the text list or the email list. How many of y'all know I can only say so much on an Instagram or a Twitter or a YouTube or that?
Right.
So to make sure you get the direct text or that you get it in your email, stay atop. When Sister Jessica is coming on, you'll know about it if you're on my text list or the email list. Even if you don't happen, you see what I'm saying? We can't just take a chance on if we happen to see her Instagram. Happen to see her YouTube, and what if she don't post it on the YouTube community page? Make sure that you are directly connected with me on email or text, because sometimes these platforms be playing. So that's what I need y'all to do. And like my team just put up, sign up for my September 15 webinar, Trump and Netanyahu plot, New American Civil War and the Black Vatican Rising. I connect those dots there. Some of you all be tripping like, why this person be almost worshiping and glorifying Vicki's webinars and knowledge and stuff? I just be playing with you little mortals online. Don't ever think you got me and no. Don't ever think you really for real. No. I let you think you smart. I let you think. I be letting you think that, because it don't take nothing from me to appreciate your genius. You only trip up yourself later when you go to be thinking wrong, because you think, no, you're not going to know certain details and the depth of both metaphysical, spiritual, and geopolitical and political information unless you attend one of my courses in the dots that I connect. And then some of y'all, they be like, why they be saying it about her like that? Because they know they invest in themselves enough to at least attend. People perish, as the ancients said, for lack of knowledge, not lack of health, not lack of this. The first and foremost is lack of knowledge. So that means if you want to change your world, W-O-R-L-D, you've got to change the word W-O-R-D that you're hearing. You've got to get access to new things that you're thinking so that you move differently. And guess what you got to do for that? Sometimes, because they'll love to tell me, when you going to do one of your free webinars where I spend 3-4 hours sometimes. Sometimes you have to actually invest. And $29 ain't no money.
Yeah.
But enough of you that do that pays for my team, my staff that I pay out of pocket, pays for the stuff that I take care of myself. Don't you think that if you claim you're in a war, you should make sure that the war chest is fat and not be a no hater on that? Ollie said, talk black to me. Yes, ma'am, we sure are. Thank Miss Jessica, Sister Jessica Jackson. Please close us out, sister, until we see you again.
Well, thanks again for having me on. And again, I want to give a shout out to our Black media. I mean, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Demetra K and Donovan,
Thank you.
Phil
Thank
Scott,
you.
Tariq Nasheed,
Thank
y'all bringing it to the people
you.
with a righteous perspective that O'Shea Du Jackson.
Come on.
Again, it doesn't matter if you agree with everything or not. What does somebody say? Respect the effort. Respect the effort.
Indeed.
Respect the fact that they're trying to do something for us, because I'm going to say this real quick and I'll close out with this. One of the biggest mistakes that we've made as Black people, I think, is when we started this philosophy of us saying we want a seat at the table. Aim to only want to have a seat at that table.
Wow.
Not knowing that we entitled, that if we sit down at that table, expect to be fed. Ooh. Expect a full meal like everybody else.
Powerful.
Stop coming to the table just to have a seat at the table.
Powerful.
While you watch everybody else wipe the grease from around their mouth because they've been eating.
You talking now. You talking.
Come on. Stop sitting in this room acting like you don't smell the aroma.
Come on now.
Chicken.
Come on now.
Green. You've been eating around here. Come on. But when you get here, all they giving you is what your little low-aim self asks for. That was what? A seat at the table.
That's all you. That's deep.
So now,
that's deep.
In this time that we in right now, what they giving us? A seat at the table.
Come on now.
To come and talk for 2-3 minutes on the news about immigrants, illegal immigrants. That's our seat at the table.
That's our seat at the
table. We got to be on the news clip. That's the seat at the table. That they put us on a cover of a newspaper that we ain't even asked to be on. Seat at the table.
Wow.
That you be able to say that you had a photo with somebody. Cut that out. Cut that out. You're supposed to know better than that now. You're supposed to know that if somebody invites you to their table, or if you request to be at their table, you're supposed to know the respect that you're supposed to get up with a full belly like everybody else. And if everybody else, and if ain't nobody ate, then everybody supposed to be invited out to where we gonna go eat at then.
Well said. Well said.
You understand what I'm saying, Vicky Dillon?
Yes, ma'am.
Stop this nonsense. We want to sit at the table. We want more than that. We want to eat just like everybody else. I'm sick of niggas burping in my face. They eat till they burp. Come on.
What we gonna do when we see each other in person?
Girl, first of all, we're going to give each other a big old loving hug because I love you. I love Demetra K. I love Phil Scott. I love Afro Elite. I love Dewan B. I love Red Supreme. I love Jason Black. I love Professor Black Truth. I love them. I love us. I love Street Media TV. I love it. Even though Dana with the data makes me mad, but I love it because she gets the information out there. And and last thing, I want to send a shout out to Detroit.
Come on.
To Detroit.
Come on.
I want to send a shout out to Cynthia and them who we met up in Ohio.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And then also, since Trump wants to bring up about from Ohio. And I want to say this too, since Trump brought up about the red hats and the red shirts. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a lady in Chicago. Her name is Lorraine Lawrence.
Okay.
And she go by Prosperity though.
Okay.
On the internet.
Oh, okay.
She was the first one that made us these little red shirts that said no more blue, no matter who on them, stuff like that. And she made them out of her own money, out of her own heart.
Wow.
And she bought them up there. And a matter of fact, I got on the shirt she made first in that clip when I'm saying we coming for them seats.
Come on now.
And I got on that a red t-shirt over my shirt. She was the first one that came with the idea of us wearing shirts. She was the first one who said that no more blue, no matter who. And then I started going, go red, go red. That's where that came from. You see what I'm saying? Just like, yeah. So you got to give credit where credit is due, because supporting somebody else don't take nothing from you. I tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? I tell anybody, where did that Chicago flip red come from? It came from Zoe that day, talking to who? Brandon Johnson and Tony Preckwinkle in that meeting where she was talking about her mother's case and said that she was living in Georgia when they flipped Georgia from a red state to a blue state. And if they didn't settle her mother's case, she would flip this red. That's how that phrase started. That's what the phrase started. So let's go back to Miss Tribune.
Come on.
Why you ain't got Zoe face on there?
Come on,
she the one who started Chicago flip red.
But every time you keep bringing up this yen,
Alice Yen.
And some of the people said they didn't already emailed it too. The reason why I'm bringing it up, I want people to see the complicity with the media, the banking systems, the White House, and the politicians. And why did I bring up the Democrats working secretly behind the scenes against you, Black America? I keep bringing it up because I'm trying to show you it's theater to them, and they secretly working behind the scenes with each other, including some of the Republicans, including the Democrats. Just like when Joy Reid, they were supposed to fire her a long time ago. When they initially fired Joy years ago, guess who came out publicly in support and asking that they not fire her? You ready for this? I've done broadcasts on it. Sean Hannity of Fox News.
Is that right?
This is why I say, when people are not following my work on African diaspora, when y'all weren't following my stuff, those of you who's missing broad, but I don't know what she talking about. It don't matter. You're supporting everything that I'm saying because it all connects. I was showing you it's a game. Why? He didn't want Joy's black face off of a so-called liberal network because they play off of each other for ratings. You understand?
Yeah.
They all agree for war. They agree with Black folks not getting reparations in America. See, the things that are most important, both sides agree on.
Both sides agree on.
They just playing with you on the other miscellaneous stuff to make you think peripherally there's a difference, so that they'll keep you engaged in a system that they know is illegitimate. So when we say stuff like, what's the purpose?
They know it's illegitimate.
They know it's illegitimate. So when you engage, they can still blame it on the system and about vote, make you think it's still powerful. But when you hear folks like us tell us no, stay home with the couch and stuff, or force the Democrats to do X, Y, and Z until they say this, they know that the gig is up. And by you disengaging, it's going to expose how the system really works. Because as long as you engage, you'll still lie and be under that hallucination, be hallucinated thinking, I actually had something to do with that.
Yeah.
When you don't like that. So that's why we try to tell you that. So they have to keep that engaged. He's the one that probably asked them not to, and they didn't. He did that years ago. So I'm trying to show y'all, why does Vicky keep bringing up that from the White House that was involved in that local thing related to the LA former city council president, Nuri Martinez, the former Latino that was called on leap, dogging Black folks, calling them monkeys. And she was with the other Latino lawmakers out there dogging them. More than the name calling. This is what I was bringing it up. More than the name calling. They were there for redistricting. Community taking over enclaves and Black power. What that was not supposed to be leaked out. Guess who got involved in it? Joe Biden. He sent a statement by through his press secretary, Kareem Jean-Pierre at the time. It was all the way up to the White House. He was trying to get her to sit her butt down because it was going to what? Expose the system.
Yeah.
So he wanted her not to sacrifice all the little sneaky stuff they was doing. Why did Vicky bring up that your Black legislative caucus in California secretly wrote a letter to Gavin Newsom asking for some of y'all's reparation money that was supposed to go for the administrative stuff there? I'm trying to show you how they work behind the scenes. They told you to threaten them, but they didn't tell you that they secretly wrote a letter asking for some of y'all's
Come on. They didn't tell you that.
So when we go off on both sides, like our sister here is known for, like I'm certainly known for, what does it do? It exposes the gig that they're both participating in. And we're not going to let you get off saying Trump is the biggest devil of them all.
No.
But at the end of the day, we're not looking at theatrics. We're looking at your bottom line. See, when you look at the results, you'll know a tree buys what?
Fruit.
Right? Not what the tree say. The tree can't say, I'm a pear, and we sit up there with all these apples, right? We look at what you're doing.
Fruit it bears.
Producing. And the Democrats have produced prison for you. Democrats have produced tangibles for who? Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Democrats have produced for legal migrants and illegal migrants. Democrats have produced money for Afghans, white Afghans. Democrats have shown to give tangibles to everybody but you.
But you.
So this is at the end of the day, it's not about who nice or who eat your chicken. And I got this lady that's on the screen now, V's Catering. She does chicken.
Yeah.
So it's not about who can make you the best, biggest fried chicken and attend your fried chicken meetings. And I believe in chicken. I believe in some fried chicken sometimes. I love the crunch, the smell, the taste, the feeling, the joy. I feel like I'm a singing But I'm about to come on now.
Set that table. I just set that table.
I don't need Joe Biden paying for it. That's the only thing. See, I can afford to eat my own chicken. That don't trip me up. You putting on the choir robe, talking about sing Amazing Grace with me. Don't make me do it right now. We don't need that. But y'all, we've been here 2.5 or more than 2.5 hours. I love y'all so much.
Ooh.
Please, sis, one more time, let us know, because people often ask, how can we reach us? Y'all can tell she like me. I don't be trying to put too much stuff. Look, when you see me, connect me, read over here. This is how I do my magic. Roll with me on my magic. When I say come to this, when I say buy that, support this, that's how you can support us. Don't be figuring out new ways to send me no email.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be somebody. If you see people out there doing the work that Sister Jessica is doing, now she just said that I believe, give me the tangible stuff and let me just keep doing my magic. Don't be trying to get one-on-ones. Now, my impact is too big for the one-on-ones like that. It's not possible to do all that all the time. But sis, tell us what you want to do as we end. We ending it for real this time.
I want us to stand up for ourselves. I want us to be Black and proud. I want us to remember who we are.
Yes.
Who we are. And that we don't have to be led around by the nose by nobody. We got Black power. We got Black power. We ain't got to run behind no candidate and with no millions of dollars and all that. What did that get you with Carmella? Even though she ain't Black. But she sat up here and had all that money. And it ain't get her no seat for Black people. Black people got Black power.
Come on now.
We got our brains. We got our brilliance. That's what they want. It ain't about just no labor. Don't you see they bringing people over here to replace labor? They can't replace our brilliance. They can't replace our strength, our mental strength. They can't replace our vision. They can't replace none of that. That's how they get money. They get money with how what we do with their film.
That's right.
They get money with what we do with their fashion. They get money with how we play their sports.
That's deep.
This is way beyond labor. It's us. Because if it was just about labor, they would have been got rid of us. It's about everything that we bring to America. Everything we bring to that table. Stop walking away with nothing.
Come on now. Come on. With what?
With nothing.
I just want to make sure they heard that.
Sick of this time some Alice Yen can come putting me on a paper that I done told her to keep me off of.
Come on. And y'all, I have to keep bringing this up because I'm trying to show y'all the complicity of the media, Wall Street, all of them. And that's who the Trumps of the world and the other folks of the world are not allowing to be held accountable when we only deal with just the immigration stuff. He knows who it is. Y'all know who it is. And our sister is telling us who it is. And I know I've had my fight with exactly those folks, even in the face of some of y'all mocking me, thinking what difference is she making and who does she think she is? By even trying to take them folks to court and hold them accountable. That's what get me. You know, I had people actually saying that, mocking me when they did find out, who do I think I am?
Who we think we are?
To do this kind of stuff.
Who we think we are? That Alice Yen saying that right now.
Who do she think she is? And y'all,
I couldn't put her on the Chicago Tribune if I wanted to. Who she thinks she is? That's what she's saying right now. She's saying that right now.
But to serve her purpose, to serve their purpose, to serve the agenda of the higher ups that's telling her, I'm going to say this. And I'm gonna go for real. I've said this before. Kept it a secret for a long time. Yeah, the White House have come against me. Of course, we got receipts for that. Yes. Yeah. Some of the activists. Yes. CNN, MSC, people that called us actually that reached out. We ain't talking about no just. Oh, I think no with this real. A few years ago, before Revolt TV did that political debate, they contacted me first. I was being stalked practically by a producer. I'm gonna be honest. They weren't just on our website contact. They They were doing that, waiting for me to hurry up and get to them to respond. They were going to do a political show, and they wanted me to be the one to do a debate. Very familiar with knew my work better than I knew my work. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I was taking it to the next level. All of a sudden, silence, crickets. I look up and see they brought on other folks from the alternative Black media that they preferred. And then they followed up with certain people that they had at the Revolt event. They had other folks that we respect, other folks I respect. But the one person that they said F you before they officially started that political debate was who? Vicky Dillard. People have asked Charlemagne, because years ago he quoted me, my name. Like Vicky Dillard said, he was actually interviewing Dr. Umar Johnson and gonna bring me up. And so folks was like, why aren't you bringing her on to the because let me tell y'all something. Y'all something else. You're not hurting me, fool. You think that you're going to give me power in dosage, like you control my life, dummy. Any and everybody against me to try to limit, prevent, frustrate, force, silence, dog, slander me will always lose. I'm on a metaphysical spiritual assignment. Eternal, and you understand that a few years ain't nothing for an immortal.
Right.
You screwing up yourself in this world and the world to come. I ain't missing a beat because I understand my power in seed form, and y'all understand it too, which is why the results that we see in politics and in culture is taking place because it's at our word. They're not quoting and putting our sister on the front of the newspaper for their own agenda if our sister was powerless. And
come on.
So this is what y'all got to understand. So when we say folks from the White House, when we say folks from this place, when we say this one, that, you ought to be seeing what you can do in your power to make sure that you got our back.
Right.
Supporting us, watch this, in tangible ways. I'm saying it. Because at the end of the day, I don't have all this talking. The power and the impact we're having is not because I was just talking. It's the spirit in the talk. It's who's moving. It's whose mindsets are shifting in the talk. And that's what I'm going to say to you now. I love you so much. Thank you all for tuning in.
I love you too.
I look forward to seeing
love
you on September 15th. I love you back, sis. Everybody give our sister a big round of applause. Our sister just said, now, Sister Vic, you know that power is way too much for the weaklings. I know that's right, sis. That's well said. I'm so proud of you, Sister Jessica. We got your back. I can't wait to see you when I'm in Chicago again. Look, I'm sitting there talking about the other state I'm going to.
I know.
Those are the top two that I'm doing first. My next one is Chicago and Cali. My contact, we're already going to know who we're going to deal with there, and we got some other details we got to work out, but that's on our list. Because they're not going to play with the reparations folks up there. I got to have my people back out in California's back, baby, because they was 10 toes down and got screwed, and they've been exposing the governor, the Black Legislative Caucus, and everybody else there too. Sometimes y'all got people that's on the ground doing real work,
they doing
moving
work.
legislation. They're doing work for legislation, and reparation to get you tangibles, and we just gonna be sitting up like, yarning, like it's the next thing to do. No, baby, it requires more than that. I love y'all so much. You all are everything to us. We're gonna chop this up. We're gonna put it on other platforms. Sis, thank you so much. We love you. I bow to you. I'm so more than proud of you. Everybody that tuned in, you're the one that makes this happen. Those of you that are engaging, that are loving on us, that are sharing, that show up, that participate, that email, that do this, you are us and we're you. Yes, everybody's giving you love. We're going to be in touch. You already know that. And we can't wait to see you again. Love you, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
Love y'all.
We love you. You're everything. Love you, sis.
All right. See you next time.
Yes, man. Soon.
All right. Soon.
Yes.